Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. There's supposed to be a press conference this morning. That's what I'm looking for. I believe it's supposed to be at 10 a.m., as far as I know. So that's what I'm here for, to see what they have to say in this press conference. They said there's supposed to be some new breaking information here. Now, one thing I know for certain, somebody gonna start telling. I'm telling y'all this. Too many people know what happened. And I believe that whoever did it, people are scared of this person or scared of the person's family. But the streets are talking out there though. I keep getting a lot of inboxes, but I'm not tired to keep telling people there's somebody, say they close to the situation they want to give me. I was like, I don't want, I don't, I can't, if I can't authenticate you, then I can't do that. Yeah, I said, if I can't authenticate you, I can't do it. That's just me. I'm not just going to say anything on here. And quite frankly, I don't want to get involved. I'm just, reporting the news. That's it. I'm not trying to get deep involved like I'm Brandon Tatum. Yeah, I don't want to get involved like I'm Brandon Tatum. You feel me? Um, I said, people should go to the police then. Somebody said they feel like they're scared. They don't know if the local authorities are involved. So they're afraid. Hold on a second. Yeah, so they don't know if everybody's in cahoots with each other. You said, did you see the 50K reward offer from Warren's dad, right? Well, what that telling me is Warren didn't do it. That's what that's telling me. You know what I'm saying? That's just his way to say, look, guys, you know, I ain't do this. But somebody know who did it. Just telling y'all this. They're afraid. That's a small town. And typically with small towns like that, where everybody know each other, like as far as people of influence, with political influence, that's how it is. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning. What's up, Chantel? Hey, Sharice. Gotti, what's going on? When you have these type of cases in the small towns, people don't want to talk, but people know who did it. Because everybody, one thing in the South that I do know is people love to gossip. This is their tea right here, guys. Everybody, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Everybody in some sick kind of way, this is tea for everybody. People want the tea. And they don't care where they get it from. The tea yesterday was they were going after content creators. Now I know why Bart lawyered up, because the lady with the blonde hair, she was doing the most. I don't particularly care for her. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember one time she said, well, what do you guys want me to do? You want me to mind my business off this case? She said, because that's what white people do. She said, that's why white people don't care about y'all, because what y'all doing in my comments and this and that. And what you want me to mind my own business? I said, first of all, you're not doing us no favors. Okay. You're not doing us no favors, man. So if you want to do this out the kindness of your heart and use your platform, then do that or shut the fuck up. Okay. One or the other. So I don't like her. So I hope he sue her ass for all I care. I hope he do, because she was doing the most and she got a big ass mouth. So I just wanted to say that, young lady. I just wanted to say that, because I don't like what you said. You was like, oh, well, that's why most white people, we don't care about y'all because this is how y'all treat the people that do care. Ma'am, you doing this for the money. You know what I'm saying? Make no mistakes about it. You guys, I don't know, you guys update every y'all like five times an hour. So you're not doing us no favors here. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe she said that. Like she doing us some favors because she white and she bringing awareness to this. Man, shut up. I hate when raggedy people talk, man. I really do. With her raggedy ass. Like, be quiet. So I ain't like how she said that. I'm not talking about Nancy Grace. It's another YouTuber. Like she doing us some favors. I'm not talking about Nancy. Yeah, I'm not talking about Nancy. Not talking about Nancy. Why? Because I said blonde hair. No, it's another person. I'm not talking about Nancy. Forget it. Let me just ignore the comments right now. Y'all throwing me off, yo. I just said I wasn't talking about Nancy. There's another one. There's another woman I'm talking about. Nancy didn't say that. But this is the one that Bart is going after. She said that, what do you want me to mind my own business? That's why white people don't care about something she said. And I didn't like what she said. I just said, hold on, let me block you. Hold on. Let me block some people. Give me a second. I didn't say Nancy. Hold on one second. I'm gonna block most of you. If I don't know you, I'm blocking you. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me ban you. I don't know you either. Because we don't really like a lot of people over here. You feel me? Is the lady that Bart. Let me see. Zipper, yeah. Oh, you said, oh, okay. You thought I was talking about, okay, I'll leave you alone. But I wasn't talking about Nancy, though. There's a lady that he's going after because she leaked his address. She leaked his address and everything. She's just doing the most. I didn't leak nobody's address, but I would have lawyered up too, especially if I didn't do it. But whatever the case is, let me stay focused here. Whatever the case is, who did it? Somebody did it. Somebody did it. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you guys, we're getting closer to it because they talking. The streets are talking out there. I heard they're talking, and there was some people out there that witnessed it. You think he was like he just upped and drowned all them people out there? Nah, fam. And he could swim too, so he wouldn't have drowned in that water like that. He could actually swim. Somebody did this to him. Yeah, she leaked his address. She did. That's how I got his address. I got it from her. I didn't share his address though. And another thing is I had to delete my live chat because you remember when I was listening to Tisa's video and then she shared a picture? I said, oh shit, I gotta delete that. I gotta delete that because I guarantee you he never dated that girl. And Bart came out and said, I never dated this girl, yo. I never dated her. And then check this out. The university is involved now. His university. I told y'all he high profile. His university got involved. This ain't no regular dude, yo. He's not regular. I told you he's number 15 in the nation and kicking. He's everybody know him. He's on an award watch list. You know what I'm saying? Dad played at the University of Florida. That's my rival. I like Florida State, so whatever. You said it's, in my opinion, a cop that whoever did it, people are scared of. That's what I believe. But guess what? The boys that's taking the most heat, the guys that's taking the most heat, they're gonna start talking. They get ready to start talking. They say everybody not gonna sit here keep dragging our name through the mud now. We're not gonna keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming out. Just give it a little time. It's coming out. Hold on, let's see.
Nice to feel late. I fell asleep on the couch. Anyways, right there, right behind you. So I'm so happy when it's time to speak with you guys, to see you in the comment section as we're getting ready. It's just very thrilling.
I'm just waiting it for the press conference. But I'm telling you, just be patient. Somebody gonna start talking. Whoever did it. Whoever did it. I'm not saying Bart did it. Whoever did it, they're gonna say who did it. Because the streets are already saying who did it. I don't know if y'all know that. All right, this is what you do, right? You gotta go to Facebook. I ain't gonna tell you where to find it. Or let me see, how can you find this? All you gotta do is know the city of where this happened at, where most of the people live at. Find the name of that city and put it in Facebook and see what you see. People starting to say it. They starting to say who did it. A lot of people know who did it. A lot of people know. The cops have an issue out there, bro. The cops have an issue. Let me tell you. I could tell you this right here. They never thought that this case was going to leave that small city. They didn't think so. They didn't think that the vloggers. They don't know the power that we have. We have a lot of power, especially the ones that do it right. We have a lot of power, and we have the power to keep this case relevant for a very long time. Guys, even the beef sector is involved. Even the beef sector, yo. There's some people from the beef sector is involved in this. And those people will pull up on you. They don't care. For some reason, everybody got involved in this case. I don't know why. But for whatever the case is, everybody's involved now. All the vloggers. Listen, the media is really not that relevant. We are. We're the ones that people listen to. They're not really that relevant because people don't believe them. But when you're a credible person, no matter how many views you get, people will rock with you. Okay. And there's some vloggers that get more views than Nancy Grace, yo. There's and there's another one I'm waiting for her to get involved. Once she get involved, that's it. And I believe she is. I believe somebody told her about it or she knows about it. They hate us. Yeah, the mainstream media hate influencers. They do. And I felt it when we was at the Diddy trial. You know what this person from I think it was CNN. It was either CNN or Fox News. You know what she said? How are you guys able to stay out here every day? And I explained it to her. I said people are donating for us to be out here. Some people are making real money to be out here. I tapped her shoulder. I said, "You see that lady right there?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "She's Korean. She brought her Korean audience over here." I said, "How much you think she making a month just off of AdSense alone?" I'm not even talking about her other endorsements. She said, "I don't know." I said, "Take a guess. 30,000, 40,000." She said, "I don't know, a couple of hundred." I said, "You think so?" I said, "Try 2 to 300,000." She said, "A year?" I said, "A month." Okay. I said, let me ask you something. How much you think I Show Speed make a month? She said, "Oh, I know that guy." I said, "He make a couple of million, don't he?" She said, "Really?" I said, "Yes." I said, "He makes so much money that he has to give money away. He's up there with Mr. Beast." I said, we're the new media. We've been the new media for a very long time. We've been the new media. And there's levels to it. But however, depending on which platform you go to, you can have a really mean reach. It's like my reach is going really crazy on Facebook right now. It is. So I said that's very powerful. The media, they can't keep up with us because we go live whenever we want. They can't keep up with us. Yeah, speed is like the real deal. Speed is so big, he changed in front of us. He grew up right in front of us. One thing I like about Speed, he didn't let his surroundings where he grew up mess him up. He's so big that they won't allow him to fail. Did you know that? He's so big that companies will not allow him to get in trouble. That's how big he is. They have too much money invested. They can't allow him to get in trouble. He has like special, you see the bodyguards that he have, but you don't see the bodyguards that's off camera. You know, that's how big he is. I remember he went to, I forget it was Atlanta. I can't remember when he was traveling. People said, bro, you know, when he came through here, he had like Secret Service agents, bro. I said, you mean retired Secret Service agents? He said, yeah. I said, yeah, you do. You just don't see him on camera. Rifles and everything. They won't allow him to fail. Just like Mr. Beast, he's the same way. So the media, they just now are using social media within the past 5 years, but they're behind. You know what I'm saying? Because people just want authentic reporting. They don't want the cookie cutter reporting. They want a real person talking to them. That's not lying. You know what I'm saying? Or if we do give you misinformation, just admit it. Like, yeah, we messed up. People respect that more than anything. Why you think Don Lemon got fired? He didn't get fired from CNN. He got let go, and they paid him a very handsome price to let him go. You see how big he's getting? And he's not even the biggest one streaming. Tisa is bigger than he is. Tisa is bigger than he is. I'm telling you this. She went live last night, and the views all the way up to 300,000 views right now. Just off her one live last night. She's bigger than he is. And she did this on her own, off the muscle. Nobody helped her. Nobody. And she's still a one-man army. She do everything herself. She don't have no producers. She just sit right in front of that camera and talk. That's it. That's very, very powerful. Nancy Grace already talked to, they try to use us, but we're not trying to sign no contracts. We don't have to, because we don't have to deal with the middleman anymore. That's why they're trying to regulate us. They're not going to be able to do it though. That's why this is very powerful. Some people use it in a bad way because some people are lying. You know what I'm saying? Some people are. I just have to say that. But it's a very powerful situation what's going on. I don't know how some of these cases make the media the way they do, but now that it did, and it strike people now, because look, there's another case I have to talk about in a second where this young girl got hung. I don't like that. They hung her and she did not hang herself, man. And they doing this to laugh right in front of our face. And I know probably who's doing it. I told you there's a certain group out there, they get exalted when they do stuff like that within their organization. They hunt people. It's called hunting. They hunt people. And some people are being hunted and don't even know they're being hunted. That's what they call it. They're hunting you. They'll watch you to see if they could kidnap you and get away with it. If they can't, they'll stop. They won't hunt you anymore. You got to know when it's happening. When you're being followed, whether you're driving a car, you make 3 or 4 right turns, and if they still following you, being followed. And then you gotta take a note of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that they do. They'll meet you on dating apps. They got this other thing where it's this Indeed thing. They hit you with a text message because they know a lot of people are out of work. And they say, hey, we got a job for you. Just meet us at this location. You will never be seen again. It's happening a lot, but the media doesn't cover it. A lot of people are going missing. Why you think they're going missing? You think it's a combination. There's serial killers out there, and there's a group of people that's hunting people, and then there's a small group that just want to be off the radar. So we're not talking about them. So you got to minus a certain amount of that percentage of people are missing, because some people just off the radar. They're not dead. But the rest of them, what happened to them? It's either a serial killer did it or that organization that did it. And they have message boards too that you can go online and read what they're saying. And a lot of these people in this organization, they also in law enforcement. They're doctors, they're in law enforcement, they're firemen, all types of stuff. They don't wear hoods no more and burn crosses. So this situation, I don't think is that though. But this situation that happened to Nolan, but there could have been somebody on that island that was watching him that didn't like what he was doing. If he was talking to this girl, they didn't like it. They didn't like it, and he became a target. And it's real easy to get him if he don't know what to look for. People could form on him, right? They could form on him, and he don't know they're forming on him. They'll act friendly with him. Hey, let's come over here, man. We got some smoke. Let's come over here to this part of the island. Drown him right there. They got him. Because they could take you to another part of the island where people can't see you. That's easily could have happened to him. Easily. And ain't nothing his friends could do about it. I bet you they let them talk if they want to. They'll be targets. They whoever did this, they're afraid of for sure. Somebody did it though, and it's more than one person that did it. I hope they didn't do it how I think they did it because that's very, very brutal. You know what I'm saying? But they kept his. Remember, they kept his throat region, his neck region for a reason. The autopsy, they kept that. They flew the rest of the body out to the independent autopsy, but the bones in his throat and that the muscles right there tied to your neck, that's missing from the body. What is that telling you? He was strangled, right? What, and they don't take a rocket scientist to figure out there might have been something happened to his throat. It could have been cut. We don't know. I could bet you any amount of money that body wasn't waterlogged. I could bet you any amount of money on it. He didn't look bloated at all. And guess what else I heard? His mother want to see the pictures now. You remember the Cajun military? This is what they're allegedly saying. Remember the Cajun military said, I have the pictures. Does she want to see them? She like, I want to see them shits. I want to see them. Let me tell y'all something real quick. His mother's smart as fuck. She's smart as fuck, yo. And guess what? She's smart as fuck. His parents are smart as fuck, and they're not scared. That's a dangerous combination. And they're not scared. Okay? She is not scared. As far as Generation X is concerned, she's the younger brothers and sisters of Generation X. I think his mother's a millennial. I think so. Yeah, she's a millennial. I don't think she's quite 40 yet. I think she might be 38, 39, or 40. No, his mother's a millennial. These millennials, as the generations get younger, they think differently. They're not taking nothing. I know some of millennials, they're not afraid of nothing. I'm not either. I'm not afraid of nothing either. But she's definitely not afraid. Okay? She is demanding that she want to see those pictures. Okay, you said you got the pictures, right? Well, let's see them. I want to see them. I'm taking you up on your offer. I want to see how the body looked when he was washed up on the beach. Because you know why? It's not just her that want to see him. I told you she got more lawyers than Ben Crump. She has more lawyers than Ben Crump. And go look at the background of the lawyers she have. Go look. They're not letting this go away because they got the power in this country. I'm just telling you that. They got the most power. They're not letting this go away. They're not letting this go away, man. I don't know if he worked for Turn and P, but they know each other. That I do know. I don't think he worked for them. No, he got his own thing as big, just as they. He's just as big as they are. His situation just as big as they are. He's not bigger than Candace. Candace is the biggest. Candace is the biggest. You know what I'm saying? Um, Candace is bigger than he is. There's levels to it. But like the other YouTubers I told you, these people ain't even got nothing on them. There's a kid that I know, he makes Grand Theft Auto videos. He's bigger than them. He made Grand Theft Auto videos. He's just waiting for the new one to come out. He's just going to be, once that new video come out, the new game come out, he's going to be bigger than everybody. Once the new video come out, he's just waiting on it. Because I met him on the game. But this is way that I met him like, this is like, had to have been like 12 years ago. Because I used to be big on the game. And it tripped me out. I said, it's grown ass people in this game, yo. Like grown ass people. It's crazy. It's like a whole community. And they all became YouTubers. But they're just waiting, and they're way bigger. It's people out here that's just, their platforms is way bigger. And they're not up here on some fuck shit like he is. Because he you know what? He might be trying to help. But it's one thing that Nancy Grace said to him, and he had to agree with. He said, we don't know if they lying or not. We weren't there. We can't take their word for it. We have to corroborate everything that they're saying. They have to corroborate it. Okay? We have to match it up with evidence, whatever they're saying. If they're saying they was at a certain place, they got to prove it. We can't take their word for it. We don't know them like that. And he said, yeah, you're right. I'm glad she told him. Because it's coming from us. He be wilding out on us, but he didn't wild out on her. And let me tell you something. She gets nothing but respect. You know why? She was undefeated as a prosecutor. We better go look. Undefeated. She never lost a case. And she was inspired because her fiance at the time got killed. And that's when she got into law. She was inspired at that point. I know her whole background. She's very thorough, and she's on to this. She said something happened here. If she's saying it, then yeah. I know I'm not lying. She said, listen, Nancy Grace is Generation X, yo. She grew up in my generation. We're not gonna sit here and get fooled by too much shit, especially if you still got your wisdom teeth. You know what I'm saying? I probably shouldn't even said that because people gonna want me to explain it. I don't even want to say it. I can get banned for that because I got banned the last time I broke that down. Probably shouldn't even said that. And boomers, people don't, you know what I'm saying? People don't care. They just want the answers, man. That's all. They want the answers at the end of the day. Who did this to them? That's all. But do people try to cover this stuff up? Of course. But maybe this was the case that broke the camel's back down there. This was the case that finally is going to bring out change. They always sweeping stuff under the rug down there. I just want to know how that girl got hung and I want to know how the person got hung with their hands tied behind their back and it was still ruled a suicide. I'm going to get on that soon. I haven't forgot about it for the people that's sending me that. So we just want to know the person that did. Don't be afraid. Whoever knows, stop being afraid. Yo, just say it. But I get it. You know what? I don't live down there. So I don't know if this person's connected to law enforcement. I'm not sure. Now, Officer Tatum said that he got some information that he's going to give to law enforcement and a possible suspect. Why would he say that? Why would he say that on his big platform like that person didn't hear it? And that'll give the person a head start to leave the country. Why would you do that? That could compromise the case. Now, if he has a person of interest, I bet you the police have a person of interest as well. But they're being tight-lipped about it because you know why? They can't sweep this one under the rug. There's a billionaire involved. There's a billionaire involved. And when he attached his name to it, because he's a very quiet person, he don't do a lot of interviews. A lot of people don't even know he's a billionaire. He's not even listed on the Forbes list. But his company is valued at that, right? He's not listed on Forbes. He like it's personal, but his companies are, and he's involved now. You don't think he brought resources with him? Of course he did. Because if I was a billionaire, I would help little sis out. She became little sis for me, but y'all won't know I'm helping her out. I'm like, I got the best lawyers. I'm gonna get you the best lawyers that money could buy. That's what I would do with my money. I said, you little sis to me now. That was my nephew. I'm gonna get you the best lawyers that money can buy. You ain't got to worry about nothing. I got you. That's what I would do. And I bet you he did that. And I would bring resources and I would bring the private eyes that are former FBI. I bet you she got private eyes on the case. I bet you she has a lot of back now. She has so much back that there's nothing they can do. They got to do the right thing here. Yep. They got to do the right thing. God stepped in. God stepped in because I told you guys when you harm certain people that's not supposed to be harmed, it's going to come back to you one way or the other. He wasn't supposed to be taken out like that. But we all got free will in this life. It's a test. We all got free will. But there's certain people that's born, that's portaled into this life that they truly don't do nobody no harm. They don't even have the potential to do nobody no harm. They're very good people. And once you harm them, you will face the consequences. Trust me, I know. Now, sure, was he like a typical teenager, just wanted to have fun, this and that? Yeah. But he wasn't the one to harm, though. Maybe you should have got somebody else out there, not him. I know how quickly, see, he was in a dangerous situation and he didn't know it. I know how quickly these people could turn on you. He didn't know that. But there was somebody out there, man, that did it. Somebody. They lured him somewhere probably and did it. So we just have to wait and see. I mean, it's gonna come out. People, I'm telling you, they're already talking on the street out there. And they know who did it. But hey, man, it's politics and everything else. You know, I knew something was wrong out there when the governor didn't offer his condolences. I knew something was wrong. It need change out there. It's time now. Y'all need some act right out there. Y'all need some act right. Y'all need to switch off the tree. That's what y'all need down there. Okay. See, when them little towns, it never makes the media. Whatever happens in them small towns, you never hear this on the media because it don't get past that small town for us to be on it like that. You know what I'm saying? We never hear about it. They didn't know that this situation, they thought they could like just be quiet about it, sweep under the rug. They didn't know Byron Allen was going to get involved. Like, oh my God. Like, we got a problem now. Who's more connected? The governor down there or Byron Allen? I'll wait. Which one is more powerful? That funky ass governor, that funky ass bald hog, wet back looking governor, or Byron Allen? Who's more powerful? Let me explain something to you if you don't know. What does the 1% comprised of? What races? Anybody know? What do the 1% look like? What race is what do they look like? They comprise of all races, all of them. You have people from Africa. You got people from every part of the planet that is a part of the 1%. It's been like that forever. Everybody wants slaves. That's what they taught you. Everybody was not. My 4 times removed grandmother, 5 times removed, she owned property during slavery. Everybody wasn't. They told the story to us wrong. Most of us here, we actually are natives to this land. We're Native American. But they told us, the Hollywood told us wrong. Half those natives you see now, they're what you call $5 Indians. $5 Indians is a real history on it. You paid $5 to get on the Dawes rolls. That's why they called you a $5 Indian, because you paid $5 to become Native American so you can get privy to all of the benefits that the government was giving. But the indigenous people, they look just like those people on North Sentinel Island right now. That's how they look. When Cristoforo Colombo came over here with his lion self, that's what they look like. They were so black, they look blue. That's why they called them Indians. They indigo. They were so black looking. That's what they said. So what does that look like? It looked just like those people on North Sentinel Island right now. That's over there off the coast of India in the Bay of Bengal. It's called North Sentinel Island. They were untouched. They're the only last tribe that's untouched by man. So my question is, how did they get there? They walked there. They walked. Or they took boats there, whatever the case. So he lied. So like they told us, Hollywood lied to us. Now, you ever notice everything that happened to a lot of people in the world, everybody got their reparations but us? Why you think? Why we think we didn't get them? Because then they would have to tell you the truth. And if they do tell you the truth, everybody has to get reparations. Everybody that's living on this country right now is going to get them. Everybody, because everybody was affected by the lie. Everybody was affected, so everybody's entitled to them. So they're not going to lie. They're not going to tell us. But these people down there in the deep south, they were lied to as well. They didn't realize. I told you didn't know Byron Allen's a 1%er, did you? Yeah, he is. And every now and then, sometime the 1%ers will drop down out of the clouds, and then they'll help. He just dropped down out of the clouds. That's how I knew something was. That's how I knew the family was about to get relief when he dropped. I'm not. See, people were saying I might be talking a little too much. I'm gonna delete this live anyway because I'm talking too much. But Al Sharpton, everybody talking about Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, and who was the other one? Al Sharpton, Ben Crump. They talked about Tyler Perry. They talked about Colin Kaepernick. But ain't nobody talking about the other one. Did you notice the media is not talking about him? Because he probably said don't. You notice that? Nobody's talking about Byron Allen. Nobody. Why? Like, why? How come why y'all keep going on Ben Crump for? Or Al Sharpton? Nobody's talking about him. He's the one that matters. I ain't never seen Jay-Z make a diss freestyle on Byron Allen. He better not. He better not. And he's very humble guy too. I met him at a conference a very long, about maybe 15 years ago. We was at a conference and he was speaking. Very humble guy, man. He used to be a comedian. That's why most of the people, they like, oh, he's the comedian. Okay. Well, you better go look at his track record on how he got his billions. You're like, damn, he must be really connected. Yeah, he is. He's been around a very long time. And there's not just him. There's other people that look just like Byron Allen that's in the 1%. But you don't know who they are. They live right near you. But I have to delete this live afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to get flagged, because you know what I'm saying? Every now and then they don't want you to know this stuff. They have to give everybody reparations. Everybody. I don't give a fuck what you look like. You're entitled to them. Because you know what people are going to say? They're like, wait a minute. I got some African in my family. Okay, well, you're entitled to them. Or your family might have been sharecroppers during that time. You're still entitled to them. That's why they won't give them. Everybody will have their hand out. And they don't have enough money to give all of us. Everybody have their hand out. Ain't no such thing as black and white. You crazy. Nothing, there's no such thing as black and white. Oh, you a white person or you North American? Which is it? Were you born here or what? Or were you born somewhere in Europe? Where you born at? Oh, I'm born here in the United States. Okay, so you North American, right? You're a North American. Yes. Okay, so I hate when they say this. I like this. You black American. Black ain't no nationality. Ain't no such thing as black, right? You North American. It's just that we all look different. They really fucked us up over here. That's why I'm telling you, everybody need reparation. They really messed us up because they divided us. Yeah, we do look different. We got different dialects, but we're still human beings on the baseline. They messed everybody up here, and the world's laughing at us. That's why Iran is not afraid of us. They're not afraid of us. You know, Trump one time, I know why they be messing with him. One time, this was like in the 90s. I don't know if the video is still on YouTube. I think they scrubbed it. He got in front of Congress and he was sitting there like laughing at him. He mentioned the $5 Indians. He mentioned it. He said the real Indians don't look like that. He said it. I couldn't believe he said that. He also and you know, he also pardoned Jack Johnson. He was the only president to pardon Jack Johnson. Nobody else would do it. He just a dude that walks at the beat of his own drum. At this point, he's 80 years old. So he whatever's going to come out of his mouth now, he don't give a damn at this point. I think there should be a cap on how old you should be to be president. You know what I'm saying? But obviously you can't age discriminate. But he's at the point. I haven't met not one person his age that don't have a mouth like that. It's almost like he scammed his way to be president. It was a scam, but he became president somehow. I remember when it was him and Hillary. He thought Hillary won. I remember when they announced him as president-elect. He was surprised. He thought Hillary won. They said, "No, sir, you got it. You the president-elect now." You should saw his face. Like, what? He was cool with Hillary. Go look and see who donated to her husband all that time. He did. I don't know why he was running. I think he did it just to promote The Apprentice. That's why he ran. Because he was going to go back to The Apprentice. But it all fell in his damn lap. You should have saw how his wife was looking at him. See, I told you were going to fucking win. I told you. Now we stuck. He's not the first celebrity to be president, though. It was actually Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan wasn't a pilot. Well, you could say he kind of was. He was governor, right? He was governor of California before he became president, but he was a Hollywood actor. So this whole situation is messed up. It's been messed up for many, many decades, for many years, how they divided us like this. And they're using cases like this to continue to divide us. Like people like the good officer that come along, he's one of those people. He tried to race bait and get people upset. Hopefully nobody buy it though. Hopefully nobody get mad and want to crash out. Just let whoever did it, just let them be responsible. That's all. And let them go to jail. That's it. This ain't a case to be divided. Don't get divided. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful of your surroundings though. You know what I'm saying? Just, that's something we could take away from this. Be careful of your surroundings because we got real killers out here amongst us. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be in an environment where you're drinking like that and lower your inhibitions because you got to keep your eye on the prize because somebody out there is a killer. And they just waiting for you to slip. And as we say back in the day, catch you on a humble. He got caught on a humble. This kid got caught on a humble. He got caught by himself on a humble. He didn't have his true friends around. You know, the friends that was at the funeral, all his football player friends, they weren't around. I bet you if they weren't around, If they were around, he would still be alive. If they were around, he would still been alive. They wouldn't have touched him. But he got caught on the humble, yo. That's why the friends that he was with, they may not have done it, but I'm still looking at them sideways because they left him. No, he came out there with you guys. You guys was all supposed to fight together. Everybody's supposed to have been fighting. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at him sideways because he didn't come back. They all made it home that night. He didn't. So of course I'm gonna look at them sideways, whether they did it or not. If you all went out there, you said there's about 20 of y'all, all 20 of you made it home that night, all 19 of you, excuse me. He didn't make it home. So I'm looking at all you people funny. I'm looking at all of them funny. All of y'all punks. Now do the right thing. If y'all know who did it, you might as well come forward and say who did it. If they, I bet you they talking though. They're talking already. But the mother's not scared. His mother's not scared at all. You know what she's doing? She put out a subpoena. When she didn't do it, they say she did it. Her lawyers did it for all of the media sites. Now that's going to take a while. Some media sites, especially, she ain't getting nothing from Meta. She's not going to get anything from Meta. I'll just tell you that right now. Very little. So she's requesting this stuff, but don't you think the local police already done that already? Probably so, but she don't trust them. So she's doing her own investigation. That's why she's the executor, the sole executor of his estate. That means that she can bring forth lawsuits on his behalf, and she can also bring forth independent investigation now. That's what she's doing. She got private eyes, and I'm pretty sure. And if I'm a betting man, they're all former FBI. If I'm a betting man. That's what you have to do in this case to make sure you got to combat that corruption. So they almost have to be do the right thing because somebody's like watching every move. Now I want to say this again: people getting on Ben Crump for reading the autopsy, and they said he didn't really tell us nothing. You must have your wisdom teeth removed. What you mean he didn't tell you nothing? Go look again. He did tell us something. And my question to you is, why do you think he did it? Anybody know why you think he did it? Because the reason why he revealed some stuff, he reveal that his throat was missing? That's a big piece of evidence. Then he revealed that his lungs were missing. Then he revealed that the stomach contents were missing. The reason why he did that is so that when the final autopsy come back, everybody's going to be waiting for it. Because we smell something's wrong now. That's why he did it. He to put pressure on him. That's why he did it. You think he's stupid? Yes or no? How the hell he get through Florida State then? You ever thought about that? He went to Florida State. He got his JD from Florida State. You know how hard it is to get in there? And graduate the top of his class. He's not stupid. It's just that he has a real thick accent. Okay? And he can't read those big medical terms. He didn't prep himself. All he had to do was go on Google and have, you know how they tell, they'll you can hear the word before you say it. They'll let you hear how it's pronounced. He didn't do that. He didn't probably have time to do it. I had joked and said I would have did that so I could sound smart. Like, damn, he pronounced that. Yeah. Yeah, I knew that word. Ben knew it. No, damn well I just learned the damn word. Okay. So yeah, but he's not stupid. He did that as a strategic move. Okay, so the people like, damn, well, what's up with his throat, then? That's what we thinking. What's up with his throat? So we waiting for the final autopsy to come in to see what happened to the boy's throat. That's why. And then the first medical examiner said, I reserve the right for me to still see that after you're done with it, so I can finalize my report. That's why he did it. He just wanted to put pressure on him. The only thing I didn't really care for that he did, um, especially at the funeral, the funeral should have been made about the young man. I wanted to hear from his teammates, whether they were white or black. I don't care. I wanted to hear from his teammates. Okay. I wanted to hear from his family. I wanted to hear from the closest friends that rock with him. It's supposed to be a homegoing. But then he said, well, Al Sharpton said, well, people saying something about money and this and that. He said, I ain't here to make money. I'm here to give money. I don't like how he said that. And if I was, quite frankly, if I was the dad, I would say, excuse me. Let me say something real quick. I'm gonna have to stop y'all right there. This is about my son's homegoing. I would have had to tell him about himself because I would have felt disrespected. I gave y'all the microphone. I didn't want y'all to do that. Didn't his college teammates show up there? I want them to talk. I don't want you to talk. That's the only thing I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. They literally turned his homegoing into something else. And Crump, I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't trying to dish you. You don't need no microphone because you're loud as fuck. You are loud. You don't need a microphone, but they gave him the microphone. And you see Sharpton had to take the mic. I'm like, yo, this was crazy. But shout out to Crump though, man. He did his part. He did his part. He got everybody involved. Byron Allen came out of the clouds. Colin Kaepernick showed up. Shout out to Colin Kaepernick. Damn, even Tyler Perry got involved. So shout out to all of them. So yeah, he did his part on that. And he probably put her up on game real quick about getting the executorship of his estate. I'm pretty sure the lawyers told her that so that we can go have this independent study done. So he did his part. So I can't knock Mr. Crump for that. But that's all. That's all I had. That's just my humble opinion looking on the outside in. But we just waiting patiently. Just wait patiently, guys. It's gonna come out. That's all. We are just sitting here and enjoying ourselves, just waiting patiently. Thank you, Mac. I mean, Mad Cow. My bad. Okay, you're talking about Katie. Safe from what? All right. To be fair, thank you for the donation, Mad Cow. You know what? I don't know, Mad Cow. I know you. I'm not the best one to answer that question. And maybe somebody here can answer that question, but I never heard from Katie. Have you? I never heard her give a statement. I've heard people talk on her behalf, but I didn't hear from Katie. And then here's the thing. I don't want to get burnt. Remember when they said she was dating Bart? Bart came out quick as fuck. He said, I ain't date her. What the hell y'all talking about? I didn't date her. I just told my friend's boat, man. That's all I did. You know how the lady was saying, "Ooh, Bart's talking about he wasn't there." He said, "I never said I wasn't there. I told the boat." He said that through his lawyer, though. Bart said, "Don't put me in this." You know what I'm saying? I got camp to go to. I got to get ready for the season. You know what I'm saying? I got to get ready for the season. Bart, like, you better get my name out of this, man. You better get my name out of this. You get my good name out of this. So I don't know. Katie, she hasn't said anything. I want to hear from Katie. Look, I heard that she met with his mom, but I have to tell you that's what I heard. I don't know that for a fact. Now, you know where I got that from? The Law and Crime Network. They said Katie has broken her silence and she has met with the mom of Nolan Wells. Do I know that for a fact? No. Did Nolan Wells' mother say that? No. She's being quiet. So I have to just wait. But they're going to have a press conference at some point today. And we're going to hear something. You know what I'm saying? We're going to find out something. They said something, they making it, the media make it seem like whatever we're going to hear today is going to be groundbreaking. Well, we just going to wait. Now, Mississippi, they did put out that recording. Mississippi put that out. They the one put out, I'm talking about the one that wasn't manipulated. And you can clearly hear something in the background. All I heard was, is he dead? That's all I heard. And Nolan, oh my God. Now, whatever happened there, I don't know. But no, I didn't hear from Katie, Mad Cow. I didn't hear from her. Maybe she'll come out one of these days, or maybe they're telling her not to because it's a part of the investigation. But trust me, I don't know. Yeah, it's not just the people with money helping her; it's normal people that's helping her too. Go look at the GoFundMe. Whether you send $5, $10, whether you send $1, all that helps. And this is what I would hope that she do. Don't take down the GoFundMe. Let it keep going because people still want to help. Because somebody told me, well, I can't help right now. Is the GoFundMe about to get shut down? I said, nah. She's like, I can help next week. Whatever you want to do. Like the GoFundMe's still gonna be there. So they need to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Because some people want to donate. You said Katie said the kids drinking unsupervised. It was a mosh pit. Well, look, right? You figure it's the 4th of July. Because back when I was coming up, we used to go to like Cancun and stuff. It was a lot of underage drinking in Cancun. People went missing in Cancun when I was out there. It was a freak fest. People caught stuff, all types of stuff happened out there, bro. My boy got bust upside the head. He did. He had to go take him to the hospital. He had to get stitches. He still got that scar on his forehead to this day to remind him. It looked like the way the stitches look, it looked like a lightning bolt, a small lightning bolt on his forehead. That's from when he got bust upside the head. And he don't even, to this day, he don't even know who did it. He was drunk when it happened. We were nowhere around. My other boy almost drowned. He almost drowned because he was on a jet ski and the damn jet ski had an accident. He didn't have a life vest on and the wave caught his ass. So they had to go out there and get him. It was a mess. And we got locked out of the room. Then my boy had to climb up the 3 flights, not 3 flights, he had the 3 stories just to get in the room. I thought he was gonna fall. I said, well, he about to be dead. And I don't know how to explain this to his mother. But he made it though. He like Spider-Man. He made it. So I know about going out for the 4th and all this stuff and everybody acting crazy. I survived it. So yeah, they was out there drinking. People probably was out there doing all types of stuff, treating their nose, everything, pills, everything, weed, anything you could think of. We did some stuff worse back in the day. Some people I know, they used to smoke wet. I don't know how people used to smoke wet. We used to call them woolies. If you smoke woolies back in the day, you crazy. Now I know what y'all saying. What is wet, Max? Embalming fluid. Okay? Embalming fluid. People used to smoke that back then. And they used to put PCP in it too, to when you start going crazy. So trust me, ain't nothing new under the sun. Whatever they were doing out there has been done before. But you always need that one friend that's not drinking that can make sure everybody's all right. but they all probably was like messed up. You said there was fighting, drinking, and all types of stuff, right? This craziness. You think it's the 4th of July? They're supposed to have fun, right? What did Tristan say? He sat up there and got in a fight, and I'm trying to figure out what he got in a fight over. Okay, the person said something about you talking to your old lady that way. That's enough for you to get in a fight. So he said he got into it, and Warren said his little brother got in a fight. I'm like, damn, how's everybody getting in a fight for? Y'all don't know how to act? How's everybody getting in a fight? I don't get it. He said, well, the dude bumped him and this and that. Like, what the? They probably all, you know what it is? They in that small town. They don't listen to a little NBA young boy. Everybody think they hard. I know how it go. Everybody got the hats flipped back. You know how they do. Everybody think they hard. They probably did have a little NBA young boy playing. I bet you they did. Bet you they did. I don't know what it is about him, yo. It's like a cult following. It's like he got them hypnotized, just like Travis Scott. That's another one. He got these kids hypnotized, man, to where they out there acting a fool. Now, my generation, we act a fool too. We act, let me tell you something. Now, I'm not admitting to nothing. I didn't do nothing, but just to let you know, I was a part of the crew that ended the Freaknik. I didn't do it. Just to let y'all know, I wasn't the one that did that. But it wasn't no more Freaknik. Now, people my age know, like, Max, what's the Freaknik? The Freaknik used to happen in Atlanta. The very last time I was there, that's the reason why it ended. People got shot, all types of stuff was going on. Okay. And it ended. And then I was part of the last little group that ended in Daytona. It was a whole mess down there. So our generation had some BS too. That's how I know they can't get nothing past me. That's why I know somebody lying. Okay? Because I don't been part of the bullshit. That's how I know. See, they think we older, we don't know no better. Yes, I do know. Somebody knows something. Okay? Especially in them little small towns, y'all bored. This is what y'all want to do. Y'all want to go to the little funky ass island and y'all want to be, and ain't no cameras around. And then guess what? It's a damn battle royal. I already know. Ain't no cameras around, not nothing. The damn cell phones ain't working right. So now you can do whatever the hell you want to do out there. What's wrong with just getting on your boat and chilling? They can't do that. It got to be something. And what did he say? What did Warren say? Yeah, we had a whole crew going out there 20 deep. They went 20 deep out there. Y'all some punks. You know why? Y'all went 20 deep out there and one of y'all didn't make it back and y'all went 20 deep? Y'all some punks, man. That's all I think I could have to say. I'm sorry y'all lost your boy, but y'all shouldn't have lost him if y'all went out there 20 deep on 3 boats. 20 deep. If I went out there, my boys, we went out there 20 deep, somebody would have got locked the fuck up. We would have got locked up. That's why I ain't like to go out there with them. We would have got locked up out there. Like, you can't go with 20 people and not thinking something's going to happen. The best thing to do is just the best thing to do. Okay, now they're saying it's going to be in 50 minutes now. Let me see. Yeah, the update is 50 minutes. So I can talk for 50 minutes. I'm a professional gum bumper. You see what I'm saying? If I went out there with my friend, ain't no way in the hell I'm going with my friends out there. No way in the hell. Especially ones I went to high school with. Hell no. And my friends from around my way. No, I'm not trying to get locked up with them. Something would have happened. It would have been crazy, but we would all came back. Some of them went to jail because that's happened before. Miss Alice, Yes, Max, how can I help you? Um, this is when I called. I'm in Florida. I called her. Yes, Miss Alice. Yes, Max, how can I help you? Um, are you busy? Max, what happened? Is there any way you could wire us $500? Why? Because we ain't gonna be coming back to Tuesday because I don't know when he's gonna see the judge. See the judge for what? Um, what? I had to make the call to Miss Alice because her raggedy ass son got locked up. Okay. And in order for him to get out, he had to pay $500. So we had to finagle a way to get $500 to get him out of jail. And I had to make the call. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't been there, done that. Okay. He ended up didn't have to pay $500. They actually let him go. But the cops, when they locked him up, they making us seem like he ain't never getting out of jail. So I panicked and called his mother and said, we gonna need about $500. And see, I shouldn't have called his mother because he wound up getting out of police custody. And I called her anyway because I was panicking. Actually, he the one said call his mother. Bro, and I hate to admit this, she Western Union us $500. I don't know if I should admit this some sad shit. She Western Union us $500. We spent that money. We sure did. We spent it. We spent all that money because he got out. And then I was like, bro, what are we gonna do with the money? He said, we're gonna enjoy this money. We'll worry about my mother when I get home. That's what we did, yo, with our raggedy ass selves. That's what we did. Spent that lady's money. So trust me, I don't been there, done that. I know somebody sitting up there ain't telling the whole truth. They can't get nothing past me. All right. I don't wild out and all that stuff. All the stuff they doing now, they got it from us. They got it from us. They think we corny. No, we've been there, done that. We already know. Okay. So something happened here and somebody need to get to talking. That's the only thing I tell you. But I tell you right now, all those people out there, especially a lot of female, they gonna start telling it. We just have to be patient. Just be patient. Somebody gonna get to talking. Now, here's the thing. You said they had a mosh pit. Now I'm starting thinking about that. I heard that. What happens if Nolan was out there in the mosh pit and everybody moshing and all that shit, and his ass don't got stomped out and they don't know it. His ass sitting up there in the mosh pit. Everybody in the mosh pit don't even know it. That could have happened. Everybody like, where Nolan at? They're drunk asses. Where Nolan at? Everybody looking around. Oh, I guess he went back on somebody else. But that could have happened too. And then they found out oh my God, there he go. And everybody panicked. But you don't leave him there. I'm sorry. Somebody call the damn police. I'm so tired of these kids. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm tired of them. I don't even know these people. They work in my nerves. I don't even know them. That could have happened. They could have had a big ass mosh pit and an accident happened. But if an accident happened, you'd call the police. You don't just sit and everybody go home and go to sleep. And then I don't know what happened. What happened to him? I don't know. He could be. Nobody do. You don't do no shit like that. Stop it. I'm tired of these. I'm tired of these people, yo. I don't even want to hear from Warren ass no more. I don't want to hear from him no more. Nope. I don't want to hear from Tristan, Warren, nobody. I just want to know what happened. So it was fighting, drinking, and fighting also. Anything could have happened. He probably could have got caught up and got hit the wrong way. And they so damn drunk acting a fool. Nobody, where is he at? Do you know where he at? Yeah, but you don't leave. And then all of a sudden, somebody gonna call his mother. Have you seen him? no, you what you think she haven't seen them, idiot. I hate boy these kids, boy. They need a switch, all of them. I know what people say. Oh, we can't do that. You can't hit your kids. I know. I know. Ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I heard that too. She went to the prom with Javon, but I have no way of knowing. We don't know because they can come out and say, "Oh, y'all lying." We didn't say that, so we can't go on that. You said Katie and Nolan went to junior high, and I don't think so. Yeah, everybody. I don't know. People just coming up with some shit. You said the Ceto. It was like y'all ain't putting us in it. Yeah, that's what they saying. Y'all not putting us in this. All we doing was call. Listen, listen, listen. Somebody need to say something. Oh, she said she talked to Katie over the phone. I didn't hear her say that. Where did you hear her say that? And she said that Katie's response was that her plus Nolan was a high and by experience. Okay. Nobody knew of the relationship. Come on, man. That's tabloid talk. You said even if Bart just told he saw something. See, what Bart's saying, keep his name out of it, bro. He got to see. He trying to get through the season. Keep his name out. Even his university put that out. His university did. Sure did. I bet you he won't be going there again. I bet you he won't. Yeah, they do, bro. Bro, they do party violently. They do. Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Fuck, dude. We're fucking skied, dude. We're fucking skied out of our mind, dude. Dude, I know a boy like that. Yeah, I do. His name Kevin. Boy, we went to a party with Kevin one time at his house. He said, "Yo, dude, this was at Rutgers." He said, "Dude, we got some we got some slopes in the bathroom, dude. Go get you a slope." Man, I went in the bathroom. I don't know what he talking about. Guys, there was lines of, you know what I mean, okay, in the damn bathroom. And they just people in there just doing. I'm like, what the fuck? He said, "Dude, we got some E and we got everything for you, dude." Like, yeah, they party like that. Me, I can't do none of that. I'm not knocking nobody. Treat yourself, you know what I'm saying? But I can't do it. But yeah, they do party violently, bro. They do. They party violently, dude. That's how they talk. Yeah, dude, man, let's do some coke, dude. Yeah. Yo, they do, man. Let's just have a fucking marsh pit in deep water, man, in the ocean, dude. Let's do it, dude. They do that. They do that. They do that, man. Thank you for the donation, man. You said she got a ride back. I don't know about the step brother. I don't know. I don't know why she mentioned the word safe. Wait, let me highlight this for everybody to see it. Thank you again. I don't know why. You asking me? I don't know. And did she really say that? If she said, I don't know why she said she got back because they were wilding out there. That's why. Oh, dude, let's have a marsh pit right in the fucking ocean, dude. Yeah, fuck. We're so high. They do that. And I am not joking. That's how they act. When they do, it ain't you ever heard somebody, I hate to say it like this. Don't take no offense, nobody, when I say this. You ever heard white girl wasted? You ever heard that term? White boy wasted? That's a different type of wasted. Okay. Yeah, man. They party, man. They know how they be partying. You gotta watch the mosh pits. They had a mosh. You mean to tell me they had a mosh pit right in the damn ocean? Yo, they crazy, bro. That's why they all upset because we got their name in their mouth talking about they might be r'd out and all that. Everybody talking about the race. They're like, dude, we not race. That's our boy, dude. We were just having a mutt. They just shit got out of hand, yo. But they need to start talking. That's all I'm telling you. Everybody went, yo, I like that. Everybody went zombie. Not Rob. Everybody went Rob Zombie. Come on, man. What you know about Rob Zombie? Everybody went zombie, yo. Everybody did. That's why we sitting here got their name in our mouth, their name in our mouths. All of them were acting crazy, dude. You know what? They could have had a mosh pit right in the damn ocean. Everybody punching each other and pulling each other, and he could have got knocked out, and nobody saw it. That could have happened. That's why nobody, yo, what happened, dude? What happened? Let me just say this for them though. I'm not letting them off the hook. You know why? Because you're not supposed you like it ain't occurred to nobody. What's his name at? But see, that didn't happen. You know why? Because they saying we told him to get on the boat. But maybe, okay, so let's say if he didn't get on the boat, he wanted to sit back and out there partying and all that. That means somebody out there did it. Somebody else did. But my thing is, man, I would still be, you know what I would have said in the interview? Man, I shouldn't have left my boy out there like that, man. I'm responsible for this. And I'd have been shaking my head, yo. I'm like, I'm responsible. You know what I'm saying? I'm responsible because we left him. Well, yeah, but don't, your boat was sinking. Man, never mind that. We should have came back and got him. See, that's how I would have been thinking. So that's just all I'm saying right there. I'm just saying what I would have done. Yeah, them females gonna talk. Show. Yes, they are gonna talk. Somebody about to listen. Somebody about to turn them lights on and start talking. Yeah, look, Warren knows somebody going to jail. Yes, he is. He's sitting up there mad too. He's sitting up there mad. See, look, his dad don't put up 50. Look, he don't put up 50,000 because he know he didn't do it. Somebody going to jail. And he's sitting up there. Y'all gonna get y'all name out of y'all gonna get my name out of y'all mouth. He might start snitching. He's so mad. He said he didn't even get a chance to go to his boy's funeral, nothing. The only thing I could say to him, fuck that, Warren, you should have went. That's how I would have if I know I didn't do nothing. I'm going. And if I have to, sit up there and get into it at the funeral, we got to get into it because I didn't do it. But I get why he stayed away because, people are acting a little, something different. Now, it wasn't a regular drowning because the only reason why I say that is because the authorities, let me highlight your comment, because the authorities haven't ruled that yet. They should have did this already. Like, okay, he had a bunch of water in his lungs, this and that and the third. Okay, it's a drowning. They didn't say that because somebody's talking. But like God, he shouldn't have let, what I'm saying? I know that they said the boat was catching water and all that, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't have left him like that. You know what I would have said? All right, look, we're gonna go get another boat. Matter of fact, because didn't what's his name have a boat? What's his name? Bart. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to Bart's, drop everybody off, and then we're gonna come back and get you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stay a little bit. That's what I would have did. You're not gonna sit here and leave him out there to dry. You know what I'm saying, LaShane? What's up, LaShane? Yeah, we just want to know what happened. But see, LaShane, now they getting different on us now. Warren said, y'all not gonna sit here keep talking about me. His dad put up 50,000 for whoever did this. Okay. He said, yeah, my son gave a bad interview and all that, acting a fool, but he didn't do it. My son didn't do this. So I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, he gave a horrible interview. Horrible. Okay, just for me. Horrible. But his dad said, look, out of courtesy, we putting up 50,000 for anybody that knows something. Shit, they putting out all this money in the shame. I might get a goddamn flight and go out there and do some investigative work. I'm gonna find out who did this. I'm like, y'all doing how much? I need to go ahead and dust off my suitcase. And might have to go do some private eye work out there. Lashane, you down? Shit, they giving up. They got some money that lead to an arrest and conviction. I might have to go out there. You know who I would go to first? You know who I would go to first? I would go to where you get information from any town. I would find out. No, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. It's a little too controversial. It's somebody you go to. You slide them a few dollars, they'll start talking. That could have happened too. See, here's the thing. I don't know what she said to Nolan's mother because they're not telling us. Do you know what she said to Nolan's mother? Because all we heard was she said here this and that, but we don't know the full conversation. Maybe she said something else. But see, look, Warren, he like, look, I ain't dad better put up this money, dad, because I ain't do it. So Warren he was the one on the phone talking to the people. I think that was Warren that was talking to the CETO people, the CETO people. Excuse me. You said Bart has filed two death. Bart ain't playing, dog. Bart said I got to get ready for the season, and y'all sitting up here got my name in your mouth. Yeah, Bart ain't playing, dog. Bart ain't playing. I told them he ain't regular. I told people that nobody want to listen to me. I said I did research. He top 15 in the damn nation. He's an All-American. I told people that. Bart said, you ain't try. Listen, the only thing I did was told these fools. That's the only thing I did. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? People say he dated Kate, this, that, and the third. Like, look, man. He said, I don't know that girl. I never dated her. And that lady that they went out, she's still talking. She back talking again. So it is what it is, man. But somebody know, bro. Somebody know what happened. What's up, King? Somebody know what happened. And you know the crazy thing is, though, everybody is on the case. Everybody watching it. I know, parent in a specific field, parent here, judge there, anesthesiologist there, fireman there. Well, used to be fireman, used to be firefighter there. Here, yeah, it's crazy. You said people drown every day. This is nothing new except the people of your demographic. You said it's nothing new except the people of your demographic. I don't know what that means. I know people drown every day, but they haven't ruled it a drowning yet. That's the problem. In order to drown, you got to have water in your lungs, right? He may not have had it. I mean, he could have died before he hit the water. So what we gonna do then? So hopefully they have something for us today. Don't have a press release, ain't got nothing for us because we waiting for this. Hope they got something for us today. But other than that, they might address, You know what they might address today? The fake information that's coming out. I think people need to fall back on that fake information kick. You know what I'm saying? Because people's lives are at stake here. I just want whoever was responsible to get caught. That's all. Yeah, a drowning won't take this long, Eric. A drowning wouldn't take this long to solve. It will not take this long. Shit, if he drowned, okay. If it was an accident, we okay with that. Um, Everybody said like people don't hang themselves, even though they do many times a day. No, they do not. We don't hear about people hanging themselves many times a day. Where are you from, Mars? Ain't no damn well. I know what you talking about. No, 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 no. You listen to me. Listen to me. You better not be talking about that case where the person had his hands tied behind his back. How the hell you gonna have your hands tied behind your back and then go hang yourself from that far up? No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. I just didn't get on that case yet. I'm gonna get on. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get on it. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Listen, the internet always solved it before everybody else do. That's what it seemed like. We did that with the young Dolph case. Don't say who solved the young Dolph case. Was it a YouTuber or the police? The YouTuber did. Sure did. What's up, Corvette? Corvette in the house. Where we at? There we go. Swim. Swimming here acting a fool. Early this morning, acting a fool. Acting a fool early this morning. You said I have a feeling he died from cocaine, alcohol, and coke combined. So okay, so somebody was talking about that, Raymond. You talking about a speedball? That's what you're talking about. It's possible that he had a speedball. Anybody know what a speedball is? Okay. Now, here's the thing. I thought about that because we think about every angles over here. What if he had a heart attack and he just dropped and nobody saw it? And then they saw it and like, oh my God, is he dead? Oh my God. And they panicked and left him there. That could have happened. If that happened, they need to say it so that his mother can have closure. Okay. If that really truly happened, just say it. Just say it so we can have closure. But here's the problem, Raymond. They can't say it because whoever gave him the coke gonna be in trouble. You remember I said, I don't know if you remember this, when the guy from The Wire, you remember he had an overdose and died? I had went live. I said, listen, do anybody know who sold this to him? And I said, you need to tell the police now so they can get him off the street because other people died that day. Okay. Anytime you sell somebody a bad batch and he died, that means you got to get him off the street because other people are dying as we speak. This happened. You remember that it was a party that happened in Los Angeles. It was a famous comedian there that died. And I think about 8 to 9 people dropped and died at the same party. So basically that happens. That what happens is it was too much fent. They didn't mix it right because that the people that they're not chemists, they don't know how to mix anything. They put too much fent in it. Okay. And everybody died. So they had to go get that person off the street. So that's what that is. You never notice, like, damn, how this person, he was only a drug dealer and he got life in prison. That's why. And that was happening a lot in the 80s. That's why Clinton had to sign that crime bill. And a lot of people were up in arms when he signed that crime bill because so many people went to jail for like 20, 30 years. But here's the problem though. A lot of people died because of it. That's what they're not telling you. I lived it because I never partake, I never sold it or anything, but I saw it out my window. It almost backfired on them a little bit. So they had to do something to curb it down because they knew it was going to take about 25 to 30 years to end it. When people put stuff out and make plans, they do this 3 decades at a time. They make plans. Just like the redevelopment that's going on in your town, that's been planned about 20 years ago. So they make plans. So they knew to order to stop this catastrophic event that happened, and ground zero was South Central Los Angeles. That's where the crack epidemic hit the street. It was first hit there in South Central. That was ground zero. So they have to put laws in place to curb it a little bit, and that's what they did. And they put so many people away. But guys, at the end of the day, it's a choice. But somebody could have sold him a speedball. That could have happened too. And plus, we don't know. I don't know if he was doing that or not. We don't know yet. We have to wait for the toxicology, right? But everything is a possibility. You said laugh my ass off, not the mosh pits. You know how they do. They do mosh pits, fight each other, act a fool. But we don't know if he had that in his system yet. Gotta wait. You said nobody was scared of the shark swim. They ain't scared of shit. They keep going hiking. And we just keep seeing all these videos of them saying, stop, no, get away. And the bears right there. Why you go hiking and there's bears up there? They're not afraid of nothing. You understand me? They don't have a scare gene in them. They're not afraid. Some of them not afraid of nothing. They keep having these safaris, right? They keep having these safaris on these rinkety dink ass trucks, and the damn elephants are attacking them. Yo, get away from me, elephant, get away. And trying to tell the elephant to not be an elephant. So yes, they having mosh pits around sharks. No damn well there's sharks out there. And what they say they like to do, they like to hang in the water and shit and have a good time in the water. Did that sound like a good time to you? And your name Swim. No, I'm not hanging in the water. What I would have done was I would have hang out there on the sand and put a nice little blanket down and put what do you call it? An umbrella up and put my music on and had my had my Bluetooth speaker, had me a cooler, had me some brewskis in the cooler, had me some sandwiches, and I would have been chilling. No, I'm not gonna hang in the water and do a mosh pit. That's what they like to do though. Okay, which is cool, long as nobody don't get hurt. But now we want to know what happened because y'all had a little too much fun now. Now we want to know. Now ain't nobody wanting to talk. Somebody's gonna talk because they tired of me running my mouth. I know they are. They're like, man, this dude keep bumping his gun. I don't give a damn. We want to know what happened. Yeah, and somebody's gonna tell. Period. You said the police were called on 3 boats because they acting a fool out there, Zephyr. That's why. That's why police called on 3 boats. Because they acting a fool. And now nobody will know what happened. That's why. We just want somebody to be accountable. Where's the comment? Right. We just want somebody to be accountable. Sitting up here, ain't nobody got nothing to say. No, Nolan can swim. He could swim. He a good swimmer too, right? We just want to know what happened. Everybody now, nobody don't know what happened. You said, didn't they arrive at the island without Nolan? If that's true, Katie said he was going back with friends he came with. Who were the friends? How did the phone end up with the op? Listen, you go back to what's his name? Warren. Go back to his first interview. He'll tell you how Nolan got out there. He got out there on one of the 3 boats. He came out with it with them. It was like 20 of them. Either the richest one gonna get out of it or the richest one gonna start telling. Remember I said that. See, they think people playing with them, yo. They gonna sit up here act like nobody don't know what happened. See, I knew you need some act right in you. So why don't you go tell CNN that? Why don't you go tell whatever that? We just want to know what happened. You got a problem? Why are you feeling so triggered? Were you there? Harrisburg shot. Were you there? So why are you acting all triggered for? Don't act triggered. Were you there? That's what I want to know. All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to rewind it. Is it going on now? Yo, guys, Poetic Flacco just got subpoenaed on his live chat. That's hilarious. Bart ain't playing, yo. Yo, Bart got him right on his live chat. Oh, never mind. It wasn't this. It's for a murder case. Yeah, I know which one. I know which one he got subpoena for. If you listen, it's for a murder case because he said the person killed the person, and come to find out, now they thinking that person really did kill the person. So we want to know how he knew. Yeah, no, it wasn't this case, but Flacco was on this case too. He's on the Draco the Ruler case. It was the Draco the Ruler case. He named the killer, and we want to know how he knew that. And now the person is being hold on one second. Let me tell her. You're talking about the Draco the Ruler case. Because he said that this person did it, was responsible for it. And he said this, and now the person is a person of interest now. That's why he got subpoenaed. Yeah, I know that. It's not this case. But he also said that Bart did it. So he probably gonna get subpoenaed for that too. He said, listen, reflect. Wait, is the what's his name on yet? Hold on. Somebody kept saying, I'm looking for the press conference. It's not on yet. Let me go back to your comment. Where you at? I want to know if you let you know I'm ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you. You said right, 20 people or so, but we only know 7. Is that correct? No, Warren, I don't know if it's correct or not. I'm going off what Warren said. He said they were 20 deep on 3 boats when they initially went out there that morning. But when they came back, they had to hurry up and boogie on back because somebody done messed up the damn boat. And now he's saying he had to get on back because they said the boat sinking. It was crazy when he was on the phone. He said, look, the boat just sank. We're sinking. We're just sinking. But then the grandfather said they didn't need a tow and they didn't need the Coast Guard. They somehow got back because if you see the coordinates of the GPS, they got back all right. They went to Fort Bayou, then they went somewhere else, and then they went to the boat launch and put the boat on the truck and took the boat back to Biloxi on ground. They towed it on ground, and when they finally got back to the boat launch, and then went to Biloxi, and I'm assuming to the kid's grandfather house. But as far as how many of them came back together, I'm not sure. I'm only taking his word for it. I don't know. I don't know. Because nobody really know nothing really. I don't know what happened to him. Somebody know what happened to him, bro, fam. They can miss me with all that. Yeah, I'm trying to find this press conference. Let me see. It's not on yet. They said it's going to be soon. Was that Willie D? Oh, wait a minute.
It's only one option. That's their dilemma. The prosecutor had to be sure that there's only one option.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't get this. Willie D.
We live. Man, whole gang, man, whole gang. Hey, Justine said the whole gang in here, man. How many people on the load up, man? Let's see how many people in the waiting room right now. How many people in the waiting room right now? Let's see. How many people in the waiting room right now? God damn. 300 people in the waiting room. Boy, we lit. 300 before we even start the stream. It'll, man.
Let me see. That's not. It says starting soon. I knew I wasn't. Okay. As soon as it start. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it, guys. Let me see. Let me go to this one. Yeah, it's upcoming. Let me see when it's going to start. It is going to start in 18 minutes. 18 minutes. And what is Flacco talking about anyway? Let me see what he's talking about.
Why you take? No, that's a lie. The same kids who you're saying, no, man, they had no. Those same kids gathered those pictures from Snapchat. Those pictures you're seeing of them showing you, those pictures are from Snapchat. But you're now getting yourself in, bro, you getting walked down and you looking like a fool right now, sir.
He was one of the people that said that saw the Young Dolph murder. He said Straight Drop did it. And then Straight Drop got locked up. He was one of them that did it. Flocka was. But we'll wait. They can't alert the. No, they can't alert the perps. 18 minutes. I just want to hear what the lawyers are saying. Everything is speculation. This speculation gave me a headache. Everybody is speculating. This person did it. This person. They taking me so damn far down a rabbit hole. It's crazy. He the one said it was 3 boats, 20 plus people. He said one of the boats was bigger. One of his friends had a bigger boat that had 10 people on the boat. Over 10 people. You said just know that zombie is involved. Humans would not do this to friends. Zombies would do this. Oh Lord. You saying zombies are involved? What you mean by that when you say zombies? You talking about I thought you were talking about a drug I didn't know about. You talking about real life zombies? Nah, bro. This ain't no conspiracy, bro. Something happened and somebody need to tell what happened. That's it. And they are telling because out there, people love to gossip. And they're talking. We just gonna have to wait. I'm on here looking for a following. Why you so triggered right now? That's my question to you. Why you so triggered? Okay, why you so triggered though? You don't know me like that. You said you're on here looking for a following. I already had one. What you talking about? I was on the Aaron Hernandez case. A lot of people know me from that. Judges know me. What you talking about, yo? Huh? I've been doing this. It's just that you didn't know. It's just now it happened out in your neck of the woods. Now you're gonna sit up here and get triggered. Well, guess what? Sit down and have a Coke and shut up and stay triggered. All right. Just sit down. Sit down and cross your legs and have a Coke and be quiet. Have a Pepsi or whatever you want to drink, your favorite beverage, and stop being triggered. Okay? Stop being triggered now. And let's stay focused. That's right. Let's stay focused now. Don't sit up here and get triggered. See how that person getting triggered on me. Listen, we didn't know nothing about your funky ass town until this happened. Oh, where's your Dominican wife? Hold on. Hold on. And watch what she say. Damn, you ain't telling me you were live. I don't know if she working. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna send her a voice note. Watch this. Hey, Miguel saying where is his Dominican wife at? Because I'm live. And I said, you know what? I'm figuring she working. She about to come in. Watch this. Give it a second, Miguel. Let me see. You said Max, that guy, silly. Hold on, let me see. Silly Billy. He being a silly Billy. No, he just sitting up here being triggered because they don't like all these people talking about this stuff in their town. Just sitting up there being triggered. I ain't block him because he triggered. And you know what? He might be involved. Yeah, he don't like, you know what they saying? I heard they said worthless blacks online talking, worthless blacks. I made it my mind that I'm going to talk about this until I'm tired. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it until I'm tired. You hear me? Worthless blacks. Why got to be worthless blacks? You ain't calling Secret Service Sam no worthless white. Why you gotta call us worthless? So I'm gonna keep talking about it. So people do come on here every now and then and get triggered. But let them get triggered. Let them stay triggered. We just waiting on the press conference. I'm not hurting nobody. I'm just waiting on the press conference. That's it. No, I did say I was done. I said I can't be defeated here. Oh no. I said I'm gonna go ahead and get some sleep, drink some water, and I'll be back. This is a real Christian family. God is involved. So Josephina, um, Heaven she must be busy right now. She's a nurse practitioner. So sometimes she get really, 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 like she like put her phone away. So I don't know her schedule. Oh yeah, I'm staying on this, Tony. They not running me away. We just waiting for the press conference, guys. Let me see. Oh, Flacco's still talking.
NBC News got a hold of it.
Yeah, Flacco must have got he must got a letter. That's why he's pissed. He already got he already got subpoena from another murder case. It's crazy, isn't it? All right. We are 11 minutes away now. We 11 minutes away. They probably gonna address all the misinformation that's being spread online as well, guys. There's a lot of things that's being said. Like to be honest, I haven't heard from Katie. Maybe somebody has. I haven't. I just keep reading about stuff, but I haven't heard it come out of her mouth. So that's why I don't really touch on that too much. And Bart, he mad. He said, "Y'all ain't gonna sit up here keep dragging my name through the mud." So he's got him a lawyer now. So because some people say, "Oh, he was lying. He really was out there. He lying." No, he was out there. He towed the boat. His lawyer said that. But he wants to, it's okay to get a lawyer because you can't just have people keep making up stuff on you. Just like I said, that blonde lady and the person in here got pissed because I said it. She the one sitting up there making up stuff, doing the most. What you getting triggered for? And she's still doing the most. She back making videos again. Yeah, Warren father put out the $50,000 reward. He said, "Y'all not gonna sit up here keep running us through the mud. So we're gonna put up 50,000 as well for whoever got some information." Justice for Nolan and Raheem Carter. Now, what's up with? Hold on, let me see. What's up with that case? 8 minutes away now. In order for them to really get some action, they needed some money to do this, and they got the resources. So they're doing their own investigation, and that's it. We haven't heard nor seen Katie give an answer. I haven't heard nothing from Katie. Nothing. This mysterious Katie person. I hope this, Lord have mercy. I hope this ain't happen over no woman. I hope not. But you got haters out there, you know? Justice for the tortas. We all had one. What's wrong with the tortas? I like tortas. He said justice for the tortas. We all had. I like the tortas. So, man, some of them cute. Let me stop, Miguel. Miguel, crazy man. Heaven is yeah, she busy, bro. She would have hit me back by now. You know how they have certain days off. I don't know when she have her days off. But we getting mad, disrespectful to him now. But who owes him down when you ain't playing? You ain't getting any playing in a week. Oh man, I wish Heaven was here to hear. I wish he was. What's up, Abraham? Hey, we just sitting here waiting for the press conference. I think they're going to address all the misinformation, Abraham, that's been spread online. You said, let me see. She probably three. Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does, Miguel. Oh man, I just don't know which. She always tell me, and I forget. I forget everything, man. I'm getting old. I be sending people text messages saying I'm about to go live, and I forget that they're on the West Coast and they sleeping. It's crazy. They get mad with me. They said, "Bro, you hit me up at 7 in the morning." I said, "Oh, my bad, my bad." Because Rachel on the West Coast, you know Rachel, right, Miguel? She being here. Everybody get mad with me. They say I don't listen, nothing. Heaven, they all yell at me for some reason. Good grief. That's what I tell them. I say, let me see. Too much info always here. Nurses work 312s. I don't know, Abraham. I don't know the days she have off. I know my cousin, she does the same thing. She sometimes she do 3 days, 3 off. Sometimes she pick up schedules and work more. No, Heaven is not yelling. That's just her voice. No, she's not yelling. That's just how she talks. Rachel come on every now and then. Sometimes Liz come in. These are all the people. These are all the people I know personally. Abraham, I know him. He's in here now. Every now and then they'll come in and see what I'm talking about. Charmaine is a RN. See right here? Got the RN in her name. She said we work 312. So that's what she's doing. But Charmaine, I never know which days it is, even though she tell me and I forget. And I send him a text message. He's like, Max, I'm working. What's going on? You all right? I said, I'm live. He's like, yeah, I'm working. I told you I would this. I'm like, oh, damn, my bad. My bad. You got me on IG. Yeah, hit me up on IG. We all on IG. Let's see. Abraham, man, what's going on with you? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm talking too much. Hold on. Let's go to the live. Oh, 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes. Give me 1 second. All right. You guys still here? Or did I let me see. Did I mess up? Let's see. I'm trying to get this press conference. And I hit the button by accident. Okay, here we go. Let me see here. 1 minute away. Come on, man. This is taking. All right, here we go. Chantel in the house. Just waiting right now. That's all. It's they're supposed to update us on some things. At least they're giving us a press conference, at least. The police hasn't done anything yet. Okay, I got it. All right, so let me just set this up and then we'll watch it. The Associated Press just put the feed up right now. So let me just get it.
As long as he turns it 45 degrees to the right, it should be.
What? Try to get that. Okay, that one's good. There it goes. Okay. But Nolan is.
She's probably super recording turn.
What? Oh, yeah. I know. Are you good?
Now they moved the middle one. Now it's got that glare on it again. I'm sorry. It's just we're all. The middle one now has the glare again. I'm sorry. It was perfect earlier. The middle one, angle it a bit more towards the aisle here, maybe. Yeah. Right? You want to get it centered, right? I think so. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I just that's fine. The faces so it's shoot a little bit wider so you can see it. But I'm kind of centered. Yeah, look at that one. Yeah.
I guess when you're done, do you want to just.
I got a shot of it. I don't want to.
Thank you.
I'm not.
If anything, you get
Oh, it's okay. I appreciate your help. Thank you. It's fine.
What do you think? What do you guys think is about to happen here? Because I'm seeing more than one picture. I'm seeing like, the other pictures, and so I don't know. I don't think this is going to be what I anticipated. Let me see that one picture. That picture all the way to the left, that was the kid that was found in the gym mattress. That case was never solved. I believe that's him. Then we have Nolan Wells in the middle. Oh, here we go. Hold on.
Right now, I only have like families of whoever, but I don't have the actual resources.
All right, still no action yet. Just waiting for somebody to come to the podium. I don't know what they're gonna say here though. Like, you said that's not Kendrick. That's a different person. Okay, thank you. I didn't have my glasses on. All right, just waiting. You hate when they highlight cases when it's someone who is white on black. The media does that too. It's a media thing. I could even go into why they do that, but that's how they do it, Miguel. They've been doing this, since I was a kid. But I'm just curious to see what's going to be said here. I mean, I know I see the other cases, but how is this all related? I don't know. Or maybe they're just going to bring up the other cases he's representing, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. It's rating. Yeah, just still waiting, guys. I don't know what they're going to talk about. Oh, here you go with that zombie thing again. You said because the zombies is holding them back. You and these zombies. You've been saying that for a while now. You're really into this zombie thing, huh? You said I don't recognize those pics and faces. You said put his ass. He's been talking about the zombies, Miguel. He's great. No, he's serious about it. No, he's serious. He said it's zombies that did this to what's his name. That's what he said. I don't know if he mean they on the zombie drug. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, okay. You said, hold on, let me read you. You said these cases happen 3 months apart, same situation, same type of barriers, finding out what happened to these black boys. Okay, thank you, DJ Torch. I figured that was the case. Like it, he's representing them. We want to, talk about all of them. That's good. You said you had a homeboy that got into meth. And I could tell he's on that ish because he could start talking about weird ish. Like he really, I don't even. He said it earlier. No, don't get them started, Swim. Don't get them started. They ain't doing nothing to me right now. Do not get them started, please. We all waiting for the press conference. You said you only hate effing zombies. I don't hate humans. All right, he really believed in these zombies, huh? It's crazy. Oh, all the families sticking together to get justice. Playtime over. I mean, I thought they said 12 o'clock, but hopefully soon. They ain't getting at somebody. Let me see. You can't tell they messing with him, and he answering somebody. But I told them to leave him alone. They getting at him now. Yeah, we went over that earlier while she has ownership in his estate. I talked about that earlier. So she can go after him, and then when you're doing that, she can open up her own investigation. Sad part about it is she gonna have to go that route in order to get some type of relief, because I don't think locally out there, I don't know if it's gonna happen. Like with the local authorities there. Everybody in bed together. You said I think Dan is trying to say he don't trust. Yeah, that's what he's saying. I know what he's saying. He said this yesterday. He was in here yesterday talking about it. But he don't like zombies either. It was supposed to start at noon, but they're running behind. It's supposed to, they said any minute now. I saw the note with the Associated Press. They said it's getting ready to start shortly. But we've been waiting over an hour now. It was supposed to start at 11, and then they pushed it back, said noon, and then now here we are again. Excuse me, 10 a.m. At first it was 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but now they bumped it to 12. But it should be any minute. Soon I'll shut up and mute as soon as they get going. Dan, don't worry about it. I told y'all not to get them started. You said, "Come on, black people, be on time." I remember my cousin used to have these events. They said we starting at 12 o'clock sharp. That means 1 o'clock. Yeah, we call it BP time. Okay. And I hate to say it that way, but that's what we be calling it. BP time.
Justice for Nolan. Justice for Daniel Murray. 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 Justice for Tyler Smith. 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 Justice for our black children. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me say how much I appreciate you all coming out for this important media conference. We have organized this press conference for a few purposes. One purpose is because we want the world to know that the National Urban League and all of our affiliates and members and supporters across the country are standing with these three families. And when families suffer the tragedy of the loss of a child, it gets lonely. And when families suffer the loss of children under circumstances that are suspicious and, to the naked eye, appear unjust, we must stand with these families. When families face the challenge of a non-responsive criminal justice system, we must stand with these families. With this giant of a lawyer and advocate over the last 15 years, going all the way back to Trayvon Martin, we have stood with Ben Crump and his clients. And we have stood with Ben Crump and his clients because we want the community to know that we are not going to be silent in the face of injustice. Amen. You and I cannot even fathom the pain of these families. I want to thank them for their courage and being here in public under the glare of the media in these circumstances. But we want them to know they are with family. We're standing with family. So Ben Crump is going to bring us all up to date on the latest facts, events, and status of these 3 cases. And we are going to continue, as we said in the earlier session, to advocate until there is justice for these 3 families. And we will not be silent. We will not get tired. Amen. We will not get distracted. Amen. Until justice rolls down in these 3 cases. Amen. So I'm proud to introduce a man who is known as the Attorney General for Black America. And I dare say he stands with the great lawyers that our community has produced. Thurgood Marshall, Constance Baker Motley, Johnny Cotton, and I can name so many others, who over the years have been advocates for our community in many, many ways. So ladies and gentlemen, the next voice you are going to hear is from one of America's great lawyers, someone who is giving voice to the families and the victims of injustice. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Crump.
Thank you to President and CEO of the National Urban League, Mark Morial. Please give a great round of applause for him not thinking it robbery to invite the families to be here at this great convention. We are so grateful to him and the others in the civil rights community for standing up like they have stood up in the past. And just like we got justice for George Floyd, just like we got justice for Breonna Taylor, Lee Merritt, just like we got justice for Ahmaud Arbery, we gonna get justice for Nolan Wells. We gonna get justice for Daniel Irvin, and we gonna get justice for Taylor Smith. And the large part is because you all are not afraid to speak truth to power. Thank you, Mr. Mario. Again, I'm Attorney Ben Crump, along with Attorney Lisa Park, Attorney Eric Hertz. We are here fighting for the family of other great lawyers, for Nolan Wells. We also have present with us the family of Daniel Irvin, who many of you are just learning about outside of Dallas, Texas, and his tragedy. We have Attorney Sean DeRaya and Attorney Brooke Cluse fighting to help that family get justice, and we want to applaud his mother, Tamika, who has been fighting as only a mother would fight, with not many people in the world listening. But we're listening today, Tamika. You are not alone, Tamika. got Nolan's mother and father, Christine and Elmore Wansley, who are standing with you as well. Tamika, your daughter is here. You are not alone. God, please let her know she is not alone. Justice for Daniel Irvin. Attorney Harry Daniels, we also have the family of Tyler Smith, Lexington, Kentucky. You're going to hear from all these families. You're going to hear from Tyler's mother and especially his grandmother. You know, until the lawyers get there, until the community advocates get there, a lot of times these families are just by themselves, President Mariel. And thank God for this mother and this praying grandmother who refused to let him sweep the death of her grandbaby under the rug. And so I will say briefly about each of these tragedies. Obviously, many of you know about Nolan Wales. And you'll hear from his mother and father after brief remarks by Attorney Burks and Attorney Park. But we all know July 4th, Nolan Wales goes with friends, celebrating the 4th of July. All the friends come back. Nolan Wales tragically washes up on the shore 2 days later, dead. And so we know all the current events that have been happening. And we are announcing that we have the audio from the officials, and we have retained and are consulting with some of the foremost audio engineering experts to review those audio tapes from the Seaton call in its entirety. We also, and Attorney Hurts may go into greater detail on these matters, have consulted President Mariel with oceanic engineering experts to talk about how these facts are lining up. The fact that they say Nolan's body was found in the same location where they say they left him at. And so we want to know, how is that possible with the oceanic tides? We want the experts. I mean, you got low tides and high tides. It's not adding up, so we are going to dot every I and cross every T until we find out what happened to Nolan Wales. Attorney Hurst will also go into a little more detail at Attorney Park about how we're trying to coordinate with Dr. Roger Mitchell, who conducted the independent autopsy of Nolan Wales, to be able to inspect his throat that was missing with his body when he was flown to do the autopsy with Dr. Mitchell. Also, we are hopeful that they will discuss with Dr. Mitchell the photographs and observations made at the time when Nolan was first discovered, because Dr. Mitchell did not get an opportunity until July 10th to be able to examine his body. And at that time, we know the airways and the lungs had already been dissected and so forth, so we can't tell if there was the presence of water or not. That would suggest whether he drowned or not. And remember what Dr. Roger Mitchell said in his autopsy. President Mariel, he talked about the fact that to say he drowned does not draw the conclusions of what happened to Nolan Wales. He said it is equally important to know at what condition was Nolan Wales' body when he went into the water. Was he conscious or was he unconscious? Was he forced into the water or did he go unforced into the water? He said all of these things are very important. And so we are dotting I's and crossing T's. We are focused on getting to the truth, and we stand for the truth. Me and everybody on my legal team stand for the truth, no matter who it implicates or who it exonerates. We stand for justice, no matter who it convicts or who it acquits. And we stand for transparency, so everybody can see. And that's all we want. We want answers. We're not casting aspersions on anybody. We are saying that we want to make sure everybody who is remotely involved has their questions answered to make sure we have a full and fair and impartial and transparent investigation. And is that too much to ask for these broken-hearted parents? Is that too much to ask? That's all. If it was your child, wouldn't you want the same thing? And I get it, they're attacking me, they're attacking Reverend Al, they're attacking the parents of Nolan Wells. We don't care about those distractions. We ain't no waste time. We are completely focused, completely laser focused on getting to the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us, God. And so the threats, the attacks mean nothing to us. We will not be deterred. Look into our eyes. We're going to get to the truth. I am so grateful to Mr. Byron Allen for donating $100,000 to the GoFundMe so we can help get the best experts in the world. I am thankful to Reverend Al Sharpton. I am thankful to Mr. Tyler Perry. I'm thankful to Mr. Tara Owens. I am very thankful to everybody who did not think it robbery to say, what can we do to help people get to the truth and call in to the tip line so we can help not only Nolan Wells' family, but we can help Daniel Irvin's family, and we can help Tyler Smith's family as well. Everybody on social media, please continue to ask questions. Please continue to share photographs, share videos. It all helps us solve this potential of what happened to Nolan Wells. I mean, it's so important. Somebody saw something. Somebody knows something. As Christine and Elmore have said, if you're really Nolan's friend, you know in your heart of hearts that if the roles were reversed, that Nolan would say something. He would call and tell what he saw. And so that's all they're asking. Do for Nolan what he would have done for you. Do for Nolan what he would have done for you. Do for Nolan what he would have done for you. Congresswoman Bailey, we thank you in the Congressional Black Caucus. Please stand and join us, Congresswoman. You all asking the questions from the Department of Justice and the FBI. It's important that we have the full weight and force of everybody who has any kind of authority to be able to help us get answers on Nolan Wells and the other 18-year-old black boys. Now, before I bring up the lawyers, I just want to say a word about Daniel Irvin and about his case, and you'll hear from Attorney Sean DeRaya, and after you hear from his mother, Tamika. So similar in what they're saying about Nolan Wells, and that is her 18-year-old son, President Maria, Congresswoman Bailey, two young white teenagers come, pick them up from their house, leave, they go on, I guess it's an alleged fishing trip. Her son, I guess they are saying, accidentally drowns. But his two friends then throw away his clothes, cell phone, go and delete all the text messages between Daniel Irvin and them, and then say nothing. If it's an accidental drowning, why wouldn't you come to his mother and tell her he drowned by accident? Why wouldn't you go to the authorities? Why wouldn't you go to somebody and say there was a terrible tragedy, he accidentally drowned? But no, they gonna throw away all of the evidence that is germane to finding out what happened. And it's only after his mother raised all kind of hell, and for 4 days they are searching for what happened. Minister Dominique Alexander and the activists in Dallas, they said, no, something happened to Daniel Irvin. We got to get to the bottom of this. Then and only then, Mark Mariel, does the young people come forward to the authorities with their parents, and they say, well, we were there, and they confessed that they threw away his cell phone and his clothes, and they deleted the messages. And so law enforcement charged and arrested him after 3 months. 3 months passed, not until Nolan Wells started making the news did they finally come, and they arrest them, but not for the death of Daniel Irvin. They arrest them with tampering with evidence, and that's it. And what his mother is saying, what Attorney DeRea is saying, what Attorney Cruz is saying is simply this. If they would lie about his cell phone and throw it away, if they would lie about his clothes and throw it away, if they would lie about deleting text messages between Daniel and them, how can you believe it when they say it was an accidental drowning? They need to take this case to a grand jury. And you're going to hear from his mother talk about other things that don't add up, about the conduct of the boys immediately after the drowning, the alleged drowning. It's so critical important that we remember Daniel Irvin as well. And then Attorney Park, Attorney Cruz, we talk about Tyler Smith, and I'll just try to paint the picture real quickly for you, and then you'll hear from these parents, these broken-hearted parents. 4th of July. You can't make this stuff up, Congresswoman Bailey. Attorney Daniels, 4th of July. Same 4th of July 2026 when Nolan goes missing. Tyler Smith in Lexington, Kentucky is the only black person in the home where they're having a 4th of July small house party. Somehow, Tyler ends up being shot in his head, dead. 911 is called. They come, the police get there. They tell them that he shot himself, that they were playing Russian roulette. That's what they say. They say, this the gun. The police retrieve the gun, and then they take their word as the gospel that he shot himself. They don't do gunshot residue on the hands of Tyler or nobody else. I mean, basic investigation 101. If you say he shot himself, when you bag his hands and when you test it for gunshot residue, but they don't do that. And you're going to hear from his grandmother and his mother as to the explanation, the implausible explanation that they offered them. And the fact that the gun, President Mariel, that they claimed he used to shoot himself with, the police, after they do analysis, it does not match the casings that they found on the floor to where he shot himself at. So still, they are taking their word for it. And it's 7 days later, right, Ms. Leasley? 7 days later, after they did say 2 hours in the house, They have to identify everybody who was in the home. And then they have to track down, well, if this is not the gun that caused the death of Tyler Smith, well, where's the gun at? So they have to go investigate, and they go surround one of the young men's houses, and they surround the house. He doesn't come and volunteer after knowing that they're trying to find out and get evidence about what happened to Tyler Smith and come forward voluntarily. They have to go to his house and surround it, and then he comes out and finally he volunteers that this is the gun. Think about that, Captain Tree. Just think about that for a second. You would think, after all of that, he is surely going to be arrested and charged with killing or being in a way responsible for the death of this 18-year-old young black man. But no, he is only charged with tampering with evidence, correct, Ms. Neesey? Nothing more. And nobody in all three of the questionable deaths of these 18-year-old young black kids, nobody has been held accountable in any way. And so that's why we're here, saying that we are not deterred. We're not going to let you sweep it under the rug. We're going to get to the answers of what happened to Nolan Wells, what happened to Daniel Irvin, and what happened to Tyler Smith. 3 18-year-old black boys in a 3-month period around 4th of July, 2026, who all were unalived in very similar ways as Nolan Wells. And I'm very thankful to his parents for using the attention that they were given and blessed with to also give attention to these other 18-year-old black boys. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much, Elmore. At this time, before we get to your questions, you're going to hear briefly from Attorney Eric Hertz and then Attorney Lisa Park with some updates, and then you'll hear from Nolan Wells' parents. Attorney Eric Hertz, it's great to see you.
Thank you for showing up. I have some brief updates on the Nolan Wells case. We have been working with the district attorney. We've gotten a letter back yesterday, and she's willing to listen to some of the evidence we have, although we're having to still discuss her giving us back evidence. And that's something that we will see. The phones, not just our clients' phones, but the other phones that are involved in this situation, we are trying to coordinate and have come to a tentative agreement with the district attorney to go ahead and have them investigated together jointly with our experts as well as their experts. And I believe, if I'm not speaking out of turn, the FBI is going to also be present there. And that's going to show a lot of stuff that we haven't seen. I'm going to keep this short, but as I always say, I would like to say one more time, society is judged by how the most powerful treat the most vulnerable. And justice will prevail. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Attorney Eric Hertz. And now you will hear briefly from Attorney Lisa Park, who heads up our Atlanta, Georgia office and has been leading on this for Nolan Wells.
So today I just want to recognize all of these families for coming here today, traveling here to Nashville, even family that's here in the audience. If you think for just a moment, for these tragedies, they really just happened. It really just happened. If you've never had a loved one that you've lost, it's hard. And you feel like going into a quiet place by yourself, mourning, grieving, doing all of our own religious rituals, right? And so it's quite hard that these families have had to come into the spotlight, to stand up for their children. This is not where they want to be. And for those people who somehow think that they want to be in the spotlight, I guarantee you this is not where they want to be. For all of these families, for every single family member that is suffering through these losses. So I want to commend all of these families. I also want to commend them for coming together as a group, right? Because all of us, we are stronger together. We are stronger together. And there are so many unanswered questions for all three of these cases. But there's hope. And I see that hope because we do get calls. We have been getting over 100 calls a day. And I want to thank everybody who's called in, because for every time there's a hater that's saying that these people just want the spotlight, when somebody calls in with some encouragement, when somebody calls in with some information, it makes up for that. Because we know that we're stronger together. These questions, these cases can be solved, and we can do it together. So I want to thank everybody for calling, right? But I also, last thing, I want to encourage those who have not called yet, and you know that you have some information. One, I know that it's scary. I know that you may be scared. But if there's a time in your life to do the right thing, this is it. And you just have to be brave. And go ahead and please call us. These people, we need you. We need you. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Clark. And as Nolan's mother and father get ready to come, I cannot express to you how encouraged we are that we're going to get to the truth. I mean, so many things are coming to light, and we're going to get to the truth. We are not trying to cast aspersions on anybody. We want the truth. We want the truth. That's what we want. And like we said, if that implication or exonerates you, then you got to talk to your Lord. You got to talk to your God. But we want the truth and nothing but the truth. And if it was your child, you would want the same thing. And so that's why everybody who got children, you could understand the pain, the agony that this mother and father have been dealing with since 4th of July. How people came, time within hours of finding him saying, well, no foul play, just gone. How do you tell somebody to just go on when my son is dead and nobody's giving us any answers? All those people out on that island, and you mean nobody knows nothing? Nobody saw anything? No, we refuse to accept that nobody knows nothing. We're going to get to the truth. We're going to get to the truth. We're going to get to the truth. And it's starting to come to light. Because truth is light. And we're going to get to the truth. Y'all give it up for the mother and father of Nolan Wells, Eleanor and Christine.
Thank you all for being here today. It has been 27 days since we have been able to talk to our son, to hug him, to tell him we love him. This has been the most difficult time we have ever had. I want to tell you who Nolan was. Nolan was a God-fearing, God-loving child. He loved everyone. He was the person who would just make you feel comfortable just being in his space. He was never one to exclude. He always wanted everyone to be happy, to feel good, to have purpose. He would lift anyone up. It didn't even matter if he didn't know you. If you took that moment to just tell him a little bit about yourself, what you wanted to do with your life, right then and there, Nolan would be your biggest cheerleader. Today we are begging, because I'm not too proud to beg. We are begging, if anyone knows anything, his friends, strangers, please call the hotline, because we will not be able to rest until we get answers. But please understand that all of these distractions, these other questions that people, the attacks that people have sent our way, just know we will not be distracted. We are ready to do whatever we need to do as his parents to continue advocating for him, because Nolan is not here. He is not here to speak for himself. He is not here to tell us what happened. So again, we will not rest until we get answers. And if you know something, you need to let us know. Please do not be afraid. Okay? Thank you all so much again. We truly appreciate your love and support.
I'm faced with a new challenge every morning, waking up, trying to process this. It's the biggest challenge I've ever had. I pretty much was raised up like a lot of you. I didn't have a lot, but I always said I wanted to give my children more than what I had. And I think me and my wife did that. We raised Nolan to love everyone, be kind to everyone, because it was just the right thing to do. I got a lot of stuff, but what I really want to say is, like my wife said, if you know something and you are really, if Nolan was really your best friend, or for the people who say that he was their friend, please come forward and tell us what you know. All we want to know is the truth. We're not blaming anyone. We just want to know the truth. Any parent wants that. Also, the disrespect that's been coming toward my wife and my family. For any parent, no matter what race you are, they need time to grieve. A parent can't grieve when you have people attacking them, attacking their jobs, attacking their character, just attacking them, period. Like, where's the empathy? We, as Americans, this is a diverse country. Not one race made this country. We all made this race, made this country. So we all need to come together. And like I said, if you know something, please come forward and just call our attorneys, give them information, and they'll take it from there. Just help us out, and not just us, but all these families need answers. Anyone with information on any one of these cases, please come forward. Because being a child is something that you do with the rest of your life. Thank you.
Thank you. And President Mario, I would just say the attacks, Christine has been a nurse for years, and she hasn't ever gotten negative reviews. But since she has been advocating to find out what happened to her 18-year-old son after he was washed up dead on Horn Island, sick people have been going on her company's website giving her negative reviews. Can you all imagine anything worse than that? That is a shame before God. They are just sick, evil people who would attack this mother and this father for simply saying, we want to know what happened to our child. Don't worry, Christine. We standing with you. We are standing with you. Yeah, next we're going to have the mother of Daniel Irvin come and talk about her child and tell you what happened in her words, and then you hear brief remarks from attorney Sean DeRee. Sean, you want to briefly from attorney DeRee will briefly speak before her, and then we'll have to.
Thank you, Mr. Crum. Tampering charges in this case is absolutely unacceptable. Tampering in itself means that someone intentionally hid, destroyed, or altered evidence. If the district attorney's office has that evidence, take that evidence, put it together, and present it to a new grand jury. And if the district attorney's office doesn't want to do it, we are calling on an independent investigation by the Department of Justice, because we are here for the truth. And one last point I want to add, Mr. Crum said, Daniel Irving, when these boys said that he drowned, he was a high school swimmer. He was on the swim team. He was a healthy, young 18-year-old male. So that story that he drowned accidentally, it doesn't add up. It does not add up, and we want the truth.
Police and law enforcement are supposed to be protecting and serving. But my question today is, who are they protecting and which communities are they serving? What we want to know is why crimes against Black and brown people receive less justice and less coverage. And I'm going to give you some data to back it up, and I'm going to read it because I don't want to make any mistakes here. Over a 10-year period, statistics show that 53% of Black killings go uncharged, no charges related. And so that means over half of those related killings are never prosecuted. And when you think about arrest rates, 63% of white victims receive justice versus are compared to 47% of Black victims. So when people think we have two systems of justice in this country, the data kind of backs that up. And now we'll hear from Tamika.
My name is Tamika Irving. I am the mother of Daniel Irving. This is my daughter, Azaria Irving. This is Daniel's eldest sister. So what a lot of you guys don't know, to give you like some context, my son told me that he was going to go outside and hang with some friends, okay? And I was under the understanding that he would be in the neighborhood. So I didn't know where my son was. I thought that he was just visiting friends in the neighborhood. Around 8 o'clock or so, I started to text Mike, call Mike, and he was an honorable child. He wanted to serve and protect, be in the military. He loved people. He always had a joke to tell. He was very comical. So I called the police the following day at 12:30 in the morning, and I said, hey, my son ID is here, and his money is here, his social security is here, and I don't know where he's at, and this is not like him, so I'm reporting him missing under suspicious circumstances. The officers were very dismissive. The officers were very dismissive. So I didn't get any information about where my son was. I canvassed the neighborhood. I knocked on doors. I asked neighbors for video footage. I had to do the footwork, the research, the investigating. I had to do it. And so to the mothers, to anyone out there who have a loved one, do not wait for the police to do their job. Okay, so fast forward, I reported my son missing. My son was to graduate in May. He was unable to graduate because the two boys murdered my son. They said my son jumped off a bridge, and I know that's not the truth. He was found in water. And not only that, my son was on the swim team. He was very comfortable with swimming in the pool, swimming in lakes. The autopsy report shows my son had an unobstructed airway. So my son did not drown. I want to know why the people that are in place to serve and protect failed to do their job from the very start. When I reported my son missing, it took them 35 hours, over 35 hours to input his information, only in the state system, showing that he was missing. They failed to enter his information in the NCIC, the National Criminal Database. Being my son was under 21, law enforcement had a responsibility to enter his information within 2 hours, and they failed to do that. My son will fight for me, and I'm here to fight for him. I want justice. We are in the pursuit of justice.
Justice for Daniel Irvin. Justice for Daniel Irvin. Daniel Irvin. And the final family you will hear from is going to be the family of Tyler Smith, who many of you haven't heard of at all. And I want to have his family who drove from Lexington, Kentucky to the National Urban League Convention to say that Tyler Smith life matters too. Y'all, please give him a round of applause. Tyler Smith life matters. Tyler Smith life matters. Tyler Smith life matters.
I want to thank everyone for showing up today, supporting all these families. I was asked many times, who is Tyler? What does Tyler mean to you? And I had to take a deep dive into that because to give a few words wouldn't be justice. So I went into my prayer closet, as most families do. Because see, Tyler calls me name. And when people ask me to tell them, I find a struggle in finding words big enough to describe who he is. Tyler is charismatic. He's warm. Tyler is love. Tyler is compassion and tolerance. Tyler is focus and determination. Tyler is an entrepreneur with dreams, goals, and a vision for his future. Tyler is a calming presence, a peacemaker, and a source of comfort to those around him. Tyler is that warm piece of cake straight out of the oven, that soft buttermilk biscuit that the butter glides across the top. Tyler is the depth of a baby's laughter and the warmth of a grandmother's hug. Tyler is what many people spend a lifetime searching for, but never fully find: a genuine soul with a kind heart and a beautiful spirit. For me, Tyler is much more than all of those things. He's my motivation, my determination, the wind beneath my wings. Even in his absence, he continues to give me strength. He has become a part of the reason I stand, the part of the reason that I keep moving forward. When I received that call at 6 a.m. that morning that my grandson had been involved in a shooting. I thought, okay, hand, foot. And I arrived upon the scene of the hospital and found out that this was a gunshot wound to the head. Again, I'm a praying mother. I have a son who a year ago had a near fatal car accident. I know what God can do. You can't tell me what God can do. I've seen it. I watch it every day. I watch him learn how to walk and talk. And I comforted his grandfather and said, don't worry about this. We've already been through this fire. It'll be okay. When the physician came out and pronounced my grandson, and she stated, self-inflicted, accidental, I told her, you're a liar, and there is no truth in it. I explained to her immediately. I said, how do you have this evidence for you to know this? She said, because they said. I said, they said? She said, yes. As days progressed, my family and I began to move forward. We got none effort, energy at all from the Lexington Fayette County Police Department. We were told that we needed to accept accidental, self-inflicted. They offered no traces of gun residue, even though I called the coroner's office and the police department. And I begged and pleaded, please, bag his hands. No child, and I say child because it's relative, no one was searched on the scene. They took an investigation as a total from all 5 of these young people and said, they said this is what happened. I asked for gun residue on anyone. The answer that I was given, well, there's no need to bag his hands. Everyone in this room would have gun residue on them. That was their excuse to me. When they moved my grandson in an expedient manner, not to our local coroner's office, but to the state capitol, which I was told wouldn't happen until that following Monday, miraculously, in 2 hours, he was on his way to the medical examiner in the capitol. On Monday morning at 10 a.m., they came back and told me again, accidental, self-inflicted. For 17 days, my sons and I worked tirelessly, investigating everything on our own. The police department gave us nothing, absolutely nothing. They treated me as if I were a pirate, asking all the wrong questions. Why do you need to know? We've handed you that carrot already. Take a bite. Settle down. It's accidental, self-inflicted. As I talked to the police chief, I explained to him. He said, well, what do you want from this? What are you looking for? I said, what would you be looking for?
Exactly.
I want transparency. I want you to simply do the job that you were paid to do. My family never asked you for a better deal. We just asked you to earn the paycheck that you either receive this week or the next. We ask you to simply, the same way you go into our black and brown neighborhoods and you can investigate and you can interrogate and you can charge, give us the same respect. Tyler is loved. He's loved. But most importantly, Tyler calls her mama. Tyler calls me Pepper. That's my baby, Pepper. He's my baby. It will be my dying breath to say his name. No stone will go unturned. I'm not afraid to go to hell and sit with the devil about my work. I want to know. I want transparency. I want someone to speak on it. Continue to say our names. Continue to say our children's names. We deserve answers. We deserve justice. We deserve transparency. That's all we're asking for. And I thank you all so much for the time and the space that you have given every one of us.
Justice for Tyler Smith. Justice for Tyler Smith. Justice for Tyler Smith. And we're going to get to the truth on Tyler. I promise you, we're going to get to the truth of what happened to Tyler Smith. At this time, President Mario, we're going to ask that the Congresswoman just to reword a few questions. Yes, Evans, CBC, thank you all very much.
Let me simply say the two most powerful words we can say. To you as families, to the Urban League family, to you, President and CEO, and my good friend, to you, Attorney Ben Crump. Thank you. But let me just say, the Congressional Black Caucus, we aren't just coming today. We communicated with Attorney Crump, with President Martin Muriel, and we stand with you. And I'll end with your words, Mark. We're going to let justice roll down like a stream and righteousness like mighty waters. We are the Congressional Black Caucus. We stand for you, for justice, transparency, and righteousness. Thank you and God bless you.
This has been moving and powerful. We want to take questions from members of the media. Members of the media, if anyone in the working media has a question for Attorney Crump, and please identify yourself, speak real loudly. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. And that's an excellent question because thank God for us being able to get the national attention on Nolan Wells' case. And that doesn't happen just by coincidence. It's a lot of the civil rights community, a lot of the activists, Reverend Al, people like Byron Allen, Tyler Perry, everybody on social media coming to say, no, this ain't adding up. We got to find out what happened to Nolan Wells. And then we get contacted by our good friend, Attorney Sean DeRea, saying that, hey, we got a similar case, Attorney Brooke, where you co-counsel with us, and Attorney Brooke will start working with them. And then we get a call to the call center, President Mariel, and I simply can't believe what happened to Tyler Smith. It shocks my conscience. And so Kareem Ali and Cliff Jones, my investigators, they start to investigate. And we're saying, this can't be true. They really didn't do a gunshot residue test on the hands. That's basic. And so it hits me that all of them are 18-year-old black kids that died in very questionable circumstances when Nolan was the only black kid on the boat. Daniel was the only black kid alleged on the fishing trip. And Tyler was the only black kid at the 4th of July celebration party, house party. And all of them are 18 years old. Look at the dates. That's eerie when you look at the dates. February 8th, Tyler Smith is born. July 4th, 2026, he is dead. Can I see the other? Oh, this is Daniel Irvin. He's born November 21st, 2007. He is dead on April 17th, 2026. Where's the Nolan Wells, born August 19th, 2007. He is dead in July of 2026. The day is yet to be determined. All of these young black kids were born in 2007, and all three of these black kids died 2026, 18 years of age, on the cusp of manhood. And I said, no, we got to show that this is not a coincidence that all these young 18-year-old black men are ending up dead and nobody's being held accountable? No, we got to bring the law. We got to bring the law. We must bring the law for these 18-year-old black men.
Let me also our members who were planning to come to Nashville asked me late last week if we would be commenting on, dealing with, shedding any light on the Nolan Wells case. I invited Ben Crump to come to Nashville to brief us on the Wells case. In the course of that conversation, he shared with me, by the way, there are 2 other similar cases. I said, 2 other similar cases? I said, Ben, can you bring all of the families to Nashville? Because the thousands of urban leaders who are here are interested in, have a solidarity with, want to hear directly, not through filters, about the circumstances of these cases. And that is what the National Urban League Conference is all about. It is about dealing with the pressing, cutting-edge issues that face the nation and face Black America. So we are here because this is what we do.
Yes.
Whether it's Trayvon Martin back in the early teens, Michael Brown, George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, we deal with these issues because our constituency wants to hear directly. And I want to say this, we trust Ben Crump. And we know that he does not engage in chasing false cases. That he also, when he takes a case, that he's going to elevate the word and the personality and the pain of the families. All too often, when Black families are victims of violence and victims of unfair justice system, they suffer in silence. They can't find lawyers with the courage and the ability. They suffer in silence. So I know when Ben Crump has a matter, he is always welcome at the National Urban League Conference to come and bring us up to date. And that's why we're here in Nashville. Other press questions? Any others? Yes, ma'am. Identify yourself, please. New York Post.
Yeah, we know about the question. We're ready for it. This attack and this threat to sue us and the family for defamation, it's a distraction. We're not distracted by it at all. And it's about getting to the truth. That's what we want. And that's what we're focused on. We haven't done anything other than ask questions to get to the truth. Okay. Another one.
That accusation doesn't deserve a response.
That's right.
It has no dignity
That's right.
associated with someone standing up for children who have died. We don't waste our time arguing with donkeys. We don't waste our time arguing with people who want to distract from the real issue. We have 3 dead Black young men under suspicious circumstances. And I don't think the New York Post ought to give elevation to distractions like that. This is such an old story. We fight for justice and someone suggests all we want is publicity. You know what happens when we stand here? Our inboxes are filled with hate messages, hate mail, hate this, hate that. No one. Our dignity in standing up. And I'm not, you're a reporter, you work for the paper, your editors told me to ask this question. I want you to know we will not be distracted. And I'm not, Ben Crump is like any lawyer. He should get paid for his work. That's right. Just like every Wall Street lawyer, every Trump lawyer, every insurance defense lawyer. That's right. And I really want everyone to understand, let's not be distracted. Let's not give oxygen. Let's not give air to haters and distractors and dissuaders. So thank you for your question. I would say this. I will not ever surrender the fact that I am American. However, we celebrate Juneteenth. I don't necessarily celebrate July 4th, but I note it as an important day. And I'm not going to fall into the trap that some want to. I fly the American flag in front of my house. But on the other side of my porch, I fly the Juneteenth flag. And we are not going to let anyone diminish our birthright, our constitutional right, our birthright to be treated fairly and justly in this country. It is very difficult and challenging in these times, but we are not going to be tricked. We're not going to be dissuaded. We're not going to be distracted. I am an American. I am an African American. I am a Black American. And I'm proud to be one. But I think we need to clearly understand that African Americans, Black people, and civil rights leaders have always been the conscience of this country. Amen. Have always been loyal to the nation, even in the most challenging times. And I'm not going to suggest it's easy for us, but what we're not going to allow is for people to marginalize us, treat us like second-class citizens, or suggest that somehow, let me tell you what a true patriot is. A true patriot stands up for justice. A true patriot stands up for the families and the victims of violence. A true patriot holds the justice system accountable, doesn't make excuses for an unjust justice system. So we gotta understand that we're not gonna get tricked and cornered into people suggesting because we stand up for justice, we're something other than a true and full patriot in this country. That's the way I feel. I said last night, I was born in a segregated hospital, born in a segregated city, watched my parents and their friends fight and litigate and march to open doors of opportunity. The reason why these times are so tough and why they're so difficult is because if we are not careful and if we are not vigilant and diligent, our children and grandchildren will be relitigating the battles of our parents. This movement in this country to turn back the hands of time is palpable. So when we stand up for these families
and you'll stand up for other families, and you'll stand up for other people. We're doing it because we are true patriots. We're doing it because we believe in justice. We do it because we're going to hold the justice system accountable. This Urban League movement has a mission. And its mission is something we will not surrender. Like the Congressional Black Caucus says, we have no permanent friends, we have no permanent enemies, we only have permanent interests. That's right. So thank you for your question.
And let me say this before I move on to the final two questions. You know, we as African Americans, as WB Du Bois said, we have this duality. I mean, on one hand, we know that when the founders wrote the Constitution, they never expected that the rights would apply to us. But like my personal hero, Thurgood Marshall said, I know they didn't intend it to apply to us, but we're going to make it apply to us anyway because we are American citizens. And if anybody built this country, it was our ancestors with the rolling in the cotton fields. I mean, doing the things that made this very young country become such a prosperous country at such an early age in its infancy. I mean, when you think about what slavery did to elevate America, that were our ancestors. So, yes, I'm going to celebrate the 4th of July essence every year because my ancestors built this joint. And then I'm really going to celebrate on the Juneteenth because I know that is what we do to acknowledge our ancestors. Just like Jewish Americans celebrate the 4th of July in their important dates, just like Italian Americans celebrate the 4th of July in their important dates, just like Spanish Americans celebrate the 4th of July in important dates to them. Black people, we celebrate the 4th of July because we built America. CNN, and I want the TV, and then that's going to be it. Go ahead. I have Sean speak briefly to Daniel Irvin, but that's why I was brought in to bring attention to Daniel Irvin case. Sean indicated that there must be a fight and not making progress, but we don't get answers. Sean.
We have not had any progress with the Dallas County District Attorney's Office. We are planning, Mr. Crump and I, to meet with the District Attorney if he will meet us, and we want to talk about this case, we're going to talk about this evidence, and we want to move this forward, and we want murder charges. Is that right, Mr. Crump?
You know, one of the things that Sean and Tamika said, Ryan, she said that there was a witness after the trial that said Tamika, the young man was limping when he came back. And that was part of the investigation. And she's saying, well, why didn't y'all explore that? Like, why are you limping? You're saying my son jumped off the bridge. Well, that's going to cause you to limp.
Yes, that is true. And there was a witness that provided video footage via flash drive to the detectives. And they failed to enter that information in the probable cause affidavit. The witness also said that the detectives just grossly overlooked that and they failed to enter that information. Again, I know Daniel did not drown, and tampering with evidence is offensive for the murder they committed.
I would just respond to this here on Ryan. And his mother believes her child was murdered. We are still trying to get all the information Attorney DeRay and I, but she does not believe her son unforced went into a lake, a high school swimmer, and drowned She just isn't accepting that, and she has a right as a parent to question that. As it relates to Tyler Smith, we're going to have more information coming forward because of the hard work of his mother and grandmother, and we think the shoe is about to drop on that. And we're going to meet with the district attorney. We haven't yet, but we're going to meet with them because people are starting to come forward. And I again thank the parents of Nolan Wells because people are coming forward in their case. That's inspiring people to come forward in Tyler Smith's case as well. So thank you all for coming forward. She had the last one. Okay.
My message would be that we have to have tough conversations. This is something our community already knows. We have to make sure that, and I know my husband and I, we have had countless conversations with all of our children about the importance of understanding when you are moving in different spaces with people that do not look like you. And it's unfortunate that we have to have these conversations, but they are needed in order to hopefully keep our children safe. So I would say to all the mothers out there, especially my Black mothers, we just have to keep pushing forward. We have to do the things to protect our children.
I mean, this is so tragic. But this is why Ben Crump is so important. This is why when families face these types of challenges, they need good counsel.
That's right.
They should not wallow and try to handle it themselves. They shouldn't just go to community leaders and politicians, although that's important. They need good counsel. They need good civil rights counsel. They need people like Ben Crump or Lee Merritt, and there are many, many others around the nation who do this kind of important work. And I just encourage families that face cases of injustice, cases where they want answers, to work to get good counsel. We at the Urban League, our affiliates, we get calls all the time. And what we try to do is guide them in the right direction. We try to help them identify counsel or people, and that is really, really important in the case. I want to confront the question you asked about race. Something in this country, whenever a Black person is the victim of an act of injustice, why is it when we seek justice, we get this smear campaign?
That's right.
Of playing Mexico. I have seen this movie for many, many, many years. And we are going to call it out because we are not going to be dissuaded, distracted, and intimidated for standing up for members of our community. Let the charges come. I say it's like they're blowing bubbles. It's just a lot of rhetoric, it's nasty, and it's hateful. But you know what I found? For every loud person attacking us, there's 15 quiet people, yes, who represent silent supporters of justice. They may not speak out, they may not go on social media, but
they're in solidarity. We have to remember that. The loudest voices in the room are not the most important voices in the room. Let me thank you all for coming. We've got some other activities. I bring the power motion. Let's thank them from. Let's one more time thank these families for their courage, their courage, their courage. I want to thank the media for coming out to the office. This press conference is adjourned.
Thank you, Mark Moriel and the National Urban League.
All right, guys. Give me a second. So you heard from Crump and them. Now, let me just fix this. All right. So what can we take away from this here? I know you guys are saying, Max, we didn't. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Give me a second. I know people are saying, Max, we didn't take nothing from it. Right. Yeah, right. We didn't get anything from this. But we did get something in the beginning. I don't know if you guys heard it. They said that they're working with the district attorney. You got to understand, guys, listen to me. You got to understand the district attorney got her hands tied behind her back. I don't know if she knows somebody that's related to the organization. Now, I'm not going to tell you what that organization is. I don't know. So I don't know how they're doing this. I don't know if the FBI is looking over their back. Not sure. I don't know if something's going to be worked out behind the scenes. We don't know. I don't know if somebody is going to be giving up, because sometimes they give their own up too, to protect everybody else, to protect or whatever. But you got to understand, people are connected in that town. The guy that gave the interview, his dad offered 50,000. So I don't know if you guys heard about that. He offered 50,000 for anybody to have information. So his son might not be involved. So he offered the 50,000. So there's a lot going on. But he also said that the district attorney is giving up information to them that she has, and they're going through their information that they receive. So they're working with the district attorney. So they did say that in the beginning. So that's all we have right now. And these things take time. Okay. I told you guys, there's no statute of limitations on murder. So this could go on forever. We don't know yet. Hold on one second. Oh, he has a relative that works with the sheriff. Man. Okay, so even he got a relative that that's on the inside. So we just have to wait. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. They're not going to tell us. But he did say the district attorney is sharing information with them, and they're going to meet with her again to see what they have compared to what she has. So what is that telling you? That's telling you that they're not treating this like a drowning. Because if it was, they would just say it, right? And they would just say how they did it. She's not treating it that way because she got the autopsy already. She knows that it's not a drowning. But things take time, man. That's the only thing I can say. But I do think they're on the right track. They're on to something. So you just have to be patient on that. But as far as the other case is concerned about the Russian roulette, I just haven't gotten to that yet. But yeah, what happened was when the police was called, they came to the scene and they said, hey, our friend shot himself in the back of the head. So the police like, what happened? Well, we were all playing Russian roulette. All right, cool. Let's take him to the morgue, and that's it. So that's what happened. So then they said, well, why didn't they test the gun residue on everybody else? Because they said he was the one that got shot. But however, how do you know somebody else didn't shoot him? They never tested the people gun residue. So that case has been compromised. That case is more like a ritual than the other cases, because it happens every 4th of July. Go check last 4th of July and see that there was some strange murders that happened and people were found hanging. Go look if you don't believe me. It happens every 4th of July. And I understand why it happens. It's a ritual for certain people. But I don't know which one of these cases was a ritual, but that one looked more like a ritual than anything else. Or just, a cover up. Because look, he got shot behind the head. Who's going to play Russian roulette these days? I'll wait. Usually if they play in Russian roulette, I need to know if the gun was a revolver or not. Usually if you play Russian roulette, it's with a revolver. So my question was it a revolver? I don't think it was. So somebody shot him back in the head and they try and cover it up. That's what I think. Are they going to ever get any relief? Probably not. This stuff happens every year. And what other case? The other case with the drowning. He was on the swim team. Do you think he drowned in the lake? Actually, he didn't, because he wasn't waterlogged. There wasn't no water in the lungs. He was dead before he hit the water. So she had some action in that case because he was dead before he hit the water. The autopsy showed on that he didn't have no water deep in his lungs. Now they're gonna say that, well, yeah, he drowned, but we got him out the water, so there ain't gonna be that much water. But no, he didn't drown. No, he didn't drown. I don't think he did. And when I try to tell people about certain people hunting you, the people just laugh at me. That's why I don't really want to talk to them no more. But if it happens to your family, then come back to me. Then I'll tell you what happened about the hunting part. It's a scary thing because they have to be exalted. They have conclaves every year. They have these clubhouses that I know what they look like. That's where they meet at. It looks like a Masonic, but it's not. But I don't like to keep talking about it because people think I'm crazy. But if something happened to your family, hit me up and I'll tell you if it's suspicious or not. Just hit me up. If your family go missing or something happens, they get killed and come to me. Then I'll be like, did they get hunted? They probably got hunted. When you said Nolan neck is missing, it's not missing. The original medical examiner has the contents of his throat at region, the muscle tissue and everything. She took the muscle tissue, the bone. She took all of that and she still has it. And it's not out of the ordinary for her to do that when they do a second autopsy. That's not out of the ordinary. She was doing it for further testing. She wasn't ready to finish that testing yet when she had to ship the body off. So the second medical examiner, he said that's not out of the ordinary. That happens all the time. So that's not a big deal. But what that's telling me is she needed to do more information, do research on that. She wasn't finished conducting her studies. That's all it's saying. That means there's something there. And being that he more than likely didn't have no water deep in his lungs, when they received the body, they knew he wasn't drowned. He stopped breathing before he hit the water. But we just don't know yet. But that's just my hunch on it, my thoughts on it. I know some people just can't believe that people are being hunted out here. Yeah, it happens every day. You know how many people go missing every day? Go look. But I don't think people think I'm being funny. Like I said, for example, I have to travel soon, right? Maybe I'll go live and show you. I went live before when I took that trip. I don't think I'm gonna do it this time though. But there's certain things you gotta do when you're at a rest stop, especially on the Northeast corridor. I don't know about anywhere else. I don't know about California corridor. I don't know about California from NorCal to Southern Cal. I don't know about that. But I know about the East Coast Northeast corridor. I know where the signs are. I know where the killer's at. All right. You know what? You know what's funny? There's a former FBI agent on Instagram. He's saying the same thing I'm saying, but everybody's taking him seriously. He's saying the same thing verbatim I'm saying. He said, this is what you do when you're on a rest stop. He said, see that van right there? That might be the killers. He said, okay, this is what you do. If they park near your car, you stand there and call 911. Did you know if you're at the rest stop, whether it's at the Maryland house or wherever on the East Coast, did you know the cops is right around there and they know why you're calling and they'll come up to you, okay, where the van at? And did you know as soon as they are showing up, the van leaves? I'm telling you, I know this. And another thing, it don't have to be a van. If somebody's parked real close to your car, call the police. And they'll know, they'll understand. They'll escort you to your car. They will. And this is through the north. This is through the Northeast all the way down south, I-95. And if you don't believe me, go research how many people go missing each day on I-95. Easy. Because people and they're looking for people that are alone, that's traveling alone. Now, another thing is if you're in a car and all your friends going to use the bathroom and you stand outside, they can get you that way too. It don't matter if you're a man. They get men and women. Doesn't matter. But they get more women than men. All right. It happens all the time. I don't understand why they don't do. And just to let you guys know, this is not about race. When people are getting hunted, just to let you know that they could do this is everybody is not safe, especially when you're traveling alone, especially going down 95. You just have to be careful. So I just want to let you know that they're not just targeting, they're targeting everybody. So I had told you roughly there's about 40 to 50 serial killers that's active in the United States right now that they haven't caught, that they haven't, they just haven't caught them. About 40 to 50 estimated on the East Coast. I mean, in the United States, excuse me. Around the world, there's thousands. There's thousands around the world. I study this stuff. The world's first serial killer was Jack the Ripper. The world's first confirmed serial killer he was a real person, Jack the Ripper. And then from there, man, I had this weird fascination. Like when I was a kid, I used to research them. And I do know for a fact there's a couple, especially on the East Coast, they haven't found yet, especially the Strangler dude. Now, they did find the Gilgo Beach serial killer, Rex Heuermann. They found him. I think he actually killed more people than they said, but we just don't know. But as far as these cases concerned, unfortunately, people are evil out here. It happens. It happens. But as far as Nolan's situation, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that one. I think it was because they said it was a lot of fights out there that day, right? So if it was a lot of fights out there, somebody could have hit him the wrong way. Something could have happened like that. So we don't know yet. But it's something about his throat region. He could have got choked out. We don't know. So it's just all speculation right now. But hopefully, guys, at some point, they will get answers. Hopefully, at some point. But I don't know when that's going to be. Sometimes things go unsolved, man. No, Swim, you talking about those parties? Come on, man. YouTube has flagged your comment. They keep flagging you. I'm just looking. I can't even, if YouTube flag you, I just gotta delete it. Russian roulette, some more Daredevil stuff. Yeah, I don't understand. Well, who is gonna play Russian roulette? Like, who does that? If you're gonna do it, it has to be with a revolver. Why do I say that? Maybe I watched that Malcolm X movie. Remember the Malcolm X movie? They did that. He did that to the guy in the movie. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing like that. Unless they were really high or something. All right, Zipper. Unless they were really high. But the only thing we got out of this is they are working with the district attorney going over what they have. Because they said the district attorney is getting information as well. So we did learn that. But that was in the beginning. And they kind of brushed over it. And you see the family, they have an attorney. I told y'all they have another attorney. He spoke. Their attorney spoke. So they have another attorney, not just Ben Crump. They have another one. They have actually more than one. But the guy spoke for them. Christine spoke too, and Elmore, they spoke as well. But their attorney spoke. I don't know if you saw that. And he was the one that said that he's working with the district attorney. I don't know if you peeped his last name. I told y'all I ain't lying. I told you the J's are on it. Told y'all that. And they might get some answers because they rule this country. I told y'all that. I catch everything. And they got the right resources to hire these people. The right resources. So they might get some relief. It's just going to take a while. So, and it's not just because his last name and who he is. You just have to pay the right money to get the right type of situation going for you. It's unfortunate in this country, man. You need money. Now, if I go out there today and something happened to me, you think they're all going to get involved in my case? No. Nope. My case would go unsolved, baby. Just the way things are. But I'm glad they're on this case, and we'll see what happens. But hey, man, one of the guys that spoke out, his dad put up $50,000 for anybody that know information that could lead to a conviction, arrest and conviction. That's Warren's dad. So we'll see what happens. See if anybody take him up on his offer. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end here. I will come back a little later. But that's all we have for now. Press conference is over. And thank you guys for joining, as always. And we'll talk later. All right, guys.